everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Boss Rush Podcast. I'm your host, Braden Lander, and today I'm delighted in the presence of Kyler Ramos.
Howdy.
Jonathan Ferris.
What's up?
And Mike Fleming.
Hey, what's up? This is ridiculous.
Keep it up. And there it is. Thank you, Jonathan. That was beautiful.
You're welcome. I'm delighted.
Okay.
Yeah, I am too. So today on the podcast, we are going to be talking about leaks. If like just the stigma surrounding leaks. Yeah.
The vegetable leaks.
Yeah.
I don't think vegetables are supposed to do that.
Yeah. Just
The
this.
leaks.
Yeah, exactly. You guys hear about the leaking?
The leaking leak.
Yeah, it was
Exactly.
terrible. It was so bad.
Oh yeah.
The apex of conversation.
Yeah. and then we're going to be talking about coziness. That just areas or games in general that just give you that feel. You just want to make yourself a cup of coffee or some hot chocolate in Jonathan's fantasy world.
Oh,
Wrap yourself up in a blanket.
Wrap yourself
Yeah.
up in a blanket. Exactly.
This
Then
is
we're
some
gonna
Donkey Kong music.
yes. And then
All
we're
day,
gonna talk
every
about
day.
our a Nintendo Direct was announced today, so we're going to be talking or going over very briefly our predictions, and then we're going to end the discussions off with our dream game, and then we're gonna finalize the bets from last episode. We'll get to that. We'll recap that when the time comes. But
I'm
this
so excited.
should be a fun podcast. I like all the topics that we have today. I think they're all gonna be fun.
It
They're
seems
gonna-
very free.
Exactly.
podcast this time.
All fun and games until I hate Malik's dream game idea. And I'm going to beat him over the head with it.
Exactly. It sounded like Jonathan was just driving through a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
it sounded like he was in the ocean.
Yeah. Jonathan's trying to remake the aquatic ambiance in his mic.
Yeah,
So
he's getting
relaxing.
ready for the ocean level. The
Exactly.
water
Someday.
level in Donkey Kong.
Exactly.
Someday I'll nail it.
Someday you will nail it. So, like we start every podcast off with, we're going to be talking about what we have been playing. Jonathan, hit us off.
Hit us off. I've been playing more God Hand. That's
Oof.
really mostly it.
Okay.
You know, that's good. That's good because I thought you were
It's
gonna
a-
say, I've been playing more Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, how?
No, I'm done with that for like a week.
Yeah.
I know I've been playing God Hand. Been through the first couple stages. It's a lot of fun. I think it's very satisfying. More than anything, it's like beating up people, sending them flying, and then unleashing your God Hand and just going crazy on people. It feels amazing. It's
in
fantastic.
real life and in the game.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
for
Someday I'll master the art of God Hand. You know.
There's a lot of
Just start
some days
beating
with
up
you
people.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someday I'll accomplish something with my life too. I hope.
Oh no!
Anyways, my only real issue with the game is that the camera is really like wonky. I don't know what to compare it to right
Yeah.
off the bat, but it's like kind of like up close, and the right stick is used for dodging instead of camera, and that
Camera
works.
controls.
So does it automatically
Because-
like track your character or something?
Yeah, but I mean, there will be times where you'll get knocked off and you'll go flying or whatever, and you get back up and you don't know where the enemy is. And it's like before you can
Oh.
turn around and like face them, they'll be right there and like punching you before you can
So
get back to it.
I mean, we played a little bit of Spawn together. Is it sort of like that, like where it was just locked onto a certain area and you had to like change it specifically where you were
I
facing?
don't. I think I remember Spawn. You had a lot more like environmental room. Like this is like really up close and personal with your character.
Oh, okay.
Like takes up like a quarter of the screen or something, I would say. And I mean, when you're just facing off like one or two people, it works. But then you get to some of the bosses, and like when you get ganged up on, and it can be pretty disorienting. but
Oh.
I really like it, and I'm gonna keep playing it, and I hope to be done with it by next week.
So my question is, from all like the images that I've that I've looked at, I was just curious. Is this so? So this is a straight up like beat 'em up, right? Like not in the traditional sense, but
It's
or
pretty traditional.
Oh, is
I
it?
would, I would say, yeah. I mean, you got your combos. You can set up your combos. You keep unlocking like different moves, and you can like swap out what each button does, which I think is really neat. So you're not
Okay.
locked to just like a normal combo. You have the normal, like you can pick up items, and then you can pick up like a giant block of wood and just like start slamming into people, and they die in 3 hits. And then you can
Right.
just throw it at a group of people, and they go flying, and they die immediately. And
Right.
It's great.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Like everything that I looked at, kind of looked like a one-on-one fighting game almost, but obviously that is not at all what this is. And so you're actually fighting like waves of enemies.
You fight waves, but they don't throw, I think, like a million enemies at you at once. It's still pretty personal, but you'll be fighting like what I try to do is like when they do throw a group at me, I try to like separate people as much as possible. It's not really easy to do,
Right.
but I go through them one at a time instead of juggling them around because the more people there are, the more people that'll start like hitting you, and then if you're in the middle of a combo and someone else is punching you, then you're out of the combo, and then they can come back. All
So
that stuff.
is the combat system a little akin to like Arkham games?
I'm not as familiar with Arkham as I would like to be to answer that.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember Arkham, what I've played of it being the same kind of battle system. I feel like that was more like
Button mashy.
maybe. And I mean, this game it can be pretty button mashy, but you do have to know like when to stop. And it's like, okay, this guy's guarding, so I'm gonna break his guard and then like fight back. And I have to know when to dodge. And dodging is like everything almost. Like you gotta
Okay.
dodge
But
all
talking
the
about
time.
button mashing. So how's the combo system actually?
Yeah,
Like, how
yeah.
is setting it up?
Like basically you can like set it up in the menu, and you have like a 4-button combo, which I upgraded to a 5-button combo.
So it is like a fighting game in that sense, in the
Yes,
or like
it's-
Bayonetta or something like that.
It's definitely not as complicated though, and I'll explain this in
Gotcha.
a bit. So
Yeah.
you got like 5 like square buttons in a row. You
Mhm.
have like a triangle and the X button each do something. And then
Mhm.
you can combine, like if you press up and triangle, it'll do something. If you press down and square, that's what I use to break the guards.
Right.
And so you have like a limited amount of moves you can use, and you can swap what each button does. So you could do like a finisher move really as your first square, and then your next square button will just be like whatever. It's really customizable. You know what I
I
mean?
see. Yeah, yeah.
But I mean,
Mhm.
like, there's one move I have that's like a giant like swinging kick that does a lot of damage, but you really have to set it up. So you have to wait until the enemy is like stunned before you can do it. I would not have that as my first like square,
And this is giving me
Right.
like Absolver.
Absolver,
flashbacks.
exactly. I
Yeah.
was just about to bring that up. This sounds like while he was saying that, the first thing that popped into my head was Absolver. How you have to set
Yeah.
things up.
Man, that game was great. Too bad I sucked online. And everybody abused the same movesets.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Now, I haven't played much or any Absolver, but maybe I should if it's like this game, because this game's a lot of fun. It's definitely
Shinji Mikami did God Hand, right?
yes, he did directed it.
Yep.
Ooh.
So it's a bit rough around the edges, but I'm having
Right.
a good time, and I'm hoping to get to play more in the coming days.
We got to talk about the music though. How is it?
It's good, although I think I was expecting a bit more.
Oh
Nothing
yeah,
special?
especially coming from that guy.
Yeah, Mr. Masafumi Takada. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Takada.
It's good. I'd have to go back and like listen to it on its own. It's very Western though. There was actually one song. I think it was Stage 2, where like I kept listening to it over and over, and I was like, you know what, this kind of sounds a bit like Danganronpa a little bit.
Mhm.
So always a good thing.
Oh, absolutely,
For sure.
absolutely.
That's God Hand. I'm sure I'll be talking about it again next week. Hopefully.
No, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
think if I am able to dig myself out of this Onimusha hole that I put myself in, I'll give that a I try next.
Definitely worth a shot. I see myself playing a lot of PS2 this year. I hope.
Yeah, me too, actually, which is weird, but I
Do you
wanna
have a
go back through that.
Do you have a physical copy of God Hand?
Yes, I do.
Whoa.
Okay.
Just the disc, though. I had to
Oh,
print
okay.
out a cover, but
That dude,
Still,
that cover. I had no idea what the game even was, but that cover is iconic.
That cover is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Pretty
that. 10 out of 10, disgusting.
Look, there's a man screaming, and there's just words God Hand written on the front in capital letters. I
Is
got
that
10 out of
true?
10.
Isn't there a
I
man's
think-
fist coming out of his mouth?
Yeah, a
Yeah, I
tattoo.
think I think the Japanese cover he's going through his mouth. On the American Gaijin cover, it's it's like he's punching the outside of his mouth because we
Oh,
can't handle it.
No, yeah, the Japanese one, his
The round
hand is
eye.
coming out of his mouth, and it's like, what the hell? Yeah, that is iconic. So, Kyler, what have you been up to?
Oh boy. Well, because I'm a crazy person and I was curious, I decided to see if I could get the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild running on my PC,
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
and I did, and it runs great, and it looks good. Yeah.
Actually,
that's awesome.
I heard that it's well optimized. I had a coworker who would bring it to work over at my last job.
Oh
It
really?
actually ran on the university computers. Like,
Whoa.
yeah, it's kind
Whoa,
of
that's
crazy.
awesome.
Those aren't even that great, honestly.
Well,
Yeah,
you know what? Here, you know what the thing is? I think with that Wii U emulator is they set up a Patreon, and what happened is like everyone wanted to play Breath of the Wild, and the Wii U emulator was the only way to basically get that done.
Right.
So, I mean, they just threw money at this guy, and for like a couple months, he was basically like, "This is gonna run Breath of the Wild so well. This is
Yeah.
all I'm gonna work on." And I think as a side effect, now you can run a bunch of Wii U games really well on that emulator.
It's awesome. Yeah, I'm surprised by how well it runs. I get like a smooth like 50 to 60. I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh,
yeah, and it's
Wow.
just like,
you're making me want.
man, yeah, because I put like over 120 hours in on the Switch version, so seeing it run so smoothly is just it feels so good.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
you can
man.
install like all these different shaders and stuff and make it look poppy. But I'm gonna start messing around with seeing if I can like. Apparently, you can like character swap Link's model and like play as
Oh
like
yeah.
CJ from San Andreas and stuff like that.
Oh, what?
Yeah, dude.
I think my favorite mod is either the one where he switches to play as Woody and he changes his paraglider into Buzz,
Yes.
or the one that swaps the Hinox for Shrek.
Oh, that's
Oh.
amazing.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, but that's about it. Zelda's still a fantastic game, easily one of my favorites. And
Yeah,
just
I
seeing
gotta
it
get
run
to
so
it.
smooth is makes me happy, a happy boy.
Maybe I'll try it out on the PC then.
Yeah,
Try
I might
it,
give
but-
the emulator a shot.
Yeah, make sure
Hey, well,
you
make-
own a copy of the
Make
game
sure
first.
Oh.
yeah, sure.
I will.
Definitely buy a copy.
Otherwise, the
Disgusting
FBI is
animal.
gonna come after us because they don't have enough reasons to do
Not
that.
if I
Yeah,
not
true.
if I turn on incognito. Duh.
Oh, that's true.
Also, how you download the Wii U games is like it's so weird because you download this like separate client and it's like an eShop on your computer,
Mhm.
and you can
What?
just straight up like
Wow.
search from that client and download any Wii U game in any region, and like it'll download the patch files and the DLC and everything.
So-
It's like
What
Oh.
the?
so
You're not
weird.
torrenting it?
It's-
I mean, I'm sure you are torrenting it, but
I don't know.
You're
It,
like a separate.
You're
it's like
getting real in depth here, Kyler.
it looks,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Kyler, they're gonna know everything.
You're gonna have
Good.
to send me a link to that.
Whoa,
I'm like, getting up close.
that was so clear.
If you want to start talking about like crazy things people have done with piracy, there's a 3DS app that's literally the eShop, but you don't have to pay for anything.
Look what you've done.
Oh my
Look what
god.
you've done, Kyler. You've got Jonathan on the emulator train now.
Yeah.
Hey, this isn't an
Dude,
emulator.
we
This
gotta
is
have,
an
like,
emulator.
We gotta have a whole section, like a whole video series or something about this.
Where I talk
Emulators.
about how terrible N64 emulation is.
Oh,
and how
no,
there's
oh, no.
Xbox
Okay.
emulator.
Oh,
moving
no.
on, Malik. What are you playing?
Oh, okay. Well, I've been playing a lot of games, honestly, but I'm gonna start out with the worst one.
Oh,
That is Plane Shift. So I brought it up briefly last time, and it's a new MMO, or it's an old MMO, but it's a new one that I've been playing, and it's purely based on role playing. Now that's hard to act out when the maximum amount of people I've saw on a server is 8. It's
oh,
Jonathan. You thought Minions of Mirth was sad? This
Yeah.
severe depression. I don't know how these people are playing this game.
oh.
It's calming, like the music's calming, and the design, considering it's like a completely free game and they got no profit from it. They just made it because they wanted to. It looks nice and you can see like the good intentions with it, but it's terrible. Once you get out of the city, everything's empty. There's no creatures. It's just an empty grassland with these spikes pointing out of the floor as mountains. And you get to the separate cities, and you're just talking to all these NPCs. There's a typing system where, you're supposed to type your questions if you have a certain quest or something like that.
Oh.
And the thing is that the detection for that barely works. I was looking for this one guy, Jalar, and I kept typing
Oh,
like,
me too. I was looking for him the other day.
like, where's Jalar? And they kept saying the same thing. I don't know where he is. I don't know I don't know that. I don't know everything. They all said the same thing. And I was looking for this. Apparently there's this person called Vespi of Hidla, and I was like, where can I find Vespi of Hidla? I was like, we all serve Vespi, and Vespi serves the Octet. I'm like,
Thank you.
It's like a bad fever dream.
The people in those towns, they sound sassy. They're just giving you lip. Like, I don't know where he is.
Yeah,
It's like
dude,
a
I
cult.
just slice him down.
Yeah, just cut him.
What is the combat like in that game?
The combat is extremely basic. I haven't tried the spell system yet because I have to refine my gem or whatever it's called. It's like an orb. But the combat is you right click on something and you click on something and then you click the attack button and you just auto fight. But it's strange. Like I can fight rats and kill them with one hit, but as soon as I go up to a diseased rat, I can barely hurt it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Rat.
Disease superpower rats.
Oh.
That's what happens. But I'm going to keep playing. I'm trying to run into somebody, actually get the role play going, see how this community really is. I almost ran into somebody, but he just ran away. It's like they want nothing to do with me.
He was scared of human contact?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Someone else is playing this game?
I thought they were only 8.
Shut it down, son of a-
I don't recognize you. It's a 50-year-old guy.
Yeah, right. So I gotta ask. It's been lingering in my head. If you do manage to find somebody, how are you gonna role play?
Oh man, I'm probably going to ask them how I can find Jalar. Because I have to play my character, and I have no other thing to do. Maybe I can ask them if they have a task for me, but
Oh no!
there must be
And
something-
then you become a slave.
I'll do whatever I can to do something in this game because, for God's sakes, I am so bored.
Jalar means pool in Spanish, so there's that. There's your lead.
I'm gonna be a pool boy.
You're gonna be a pool boy. Whoa.
Yeah, so I've been playing that mostly, and I ran into a few creatures, and the combat's really basic, trying to get as far as I can. But aside from that, played some Path of Exile, got back into that. They have this new expansion, and it's called Bestiary, and it's actually like it adds a whole lot of stuff to the game, where you get rare items by playing this Pokemon-esque capture system. So you bring them down, you wear them down, and you throw nets at them. It's like advanced nets, regular nets. And once you capture them, you capture several of a type, and you combine them. And then you go up to, I forgot what this place is called, but it's a special area where you find all your tributes, and you blood summon them. And then you have to fight all of the tributes that you got again. And from fighting them and killing them in that arena, you can get a special item. And it's like it adds a whole lot to it, especially to hardcore, where you can probably get better items through that system.
Yeah, I was telling Malik, I was like, wow, that should just be the next Pokemon game. Blood summoning Pokemon.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
And other than that, I've been playing a lot, but it's more of the same. Played some League of Legends, got upset. Some terrible games this morning. I don't think I want to play anymore. But gotta
Good.
keep playing.
How many
No.
times have you said you're not going to play anymore in the league?
Every time I play.
have you played Dota?
Yes, and I do not like it. I do not like it.
So without being here for 4 years, what's the difference between Dota and League? Because they both look like
Yeah.
crazy messes to me.
I'm
well,
right there with you.
In
I have
League,
no fucking idea.
you're focusing mainly on ability power, attack damage, armor, and magic resistance. Maybe some attack speed and movement speed. In Dota, you have a lot more to build on recipes, and simple items to add. Like you're not always building one big item. And in League, you're mostly building towards one big item, but you're building like what gives you the most agility, what gives you the most strength, what gives you the most intelligence, and that's what your character's based on. Some get attack damage from intelligence, some get attack damage from dexterity, some get attack damage from strength, and some may be well-rounded. So that's what you're mainly building, and then there's other attributes to it, like armor and magic resistance and stuff like that. But it's a lot more intricate item system, and leveling up, you also upgrade strength, dexterity, and intelligence, and you can choose to upgrade that rather than your ability.
Okay.
So it's Dota's a lot more intricate and a
Yeah.
lot harder. So
That's
it's
what it
not
sounds
it's
like.
not as basic, and I don't find it relaxing because where
You find
League
League
has-
relaxing?
I can at least be toxic on there. I can be toxic back, but it's so
Oh,
hard to get.
Disgusting.
you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you can't get into the system without being
It's
part
like
of the problem.
the first time I tried to play League, I was like, okay, this seems cool. I want to play this. People screamed at me,
Yeah.
and I was
Well,
like, boy, I don't come home. I don't come home to get screamed at on the internet. Logging
Or
right
you
off.
mute them all. You can mute everybody and then just be an asshole.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah,
play the game
exactly.
sanely and you're an asshole. Scream at people and you're a very nice, kind
Well,
person.
because if you don't reply, then you're an asshole, and you can also use their pings, and then you don't know what your team's doing. They could be saying like group up in mid, and you don't see them anymore, and you're like, oh, you're just doing your own thing, and then they're just shouting at you like, look, you fucking prick, and you don't see it, so you're just ignoring them playing your game,
It's like very hard for beginners to get in because there's so much like small things behind it.
And that's the
That-
thing. At least League is forgiving, but Dota, it feels like every time you fail in there, it's a lot less forgiving because it's a lot less.
They will
forgiving.
find you.
Yeah, these people hate you. Like in League, at least they have a sense of humor, but I felt like every time in Dota, even when I was playing with my friend, it felt like it was the worst criticism ever. Like
Oh,
as soon as I messed up, it's like, oh, no, I don't want to play anymore. It's like, come
oh.
on, dude. Like I'm trying.
Wow, this like
Wow.
delivery actually makes it seem like you're sad.
I know. Like
Terrible.
I felt bad for you in that moment.
Yeah, I was like, oh, she's not kidding.
This is only a little related to Dota, but I think my favorite like Twitch moment that I've ever seen is some guy playing Dota and someone just like throws a salt emoji in there and he screams so loud it's like his mic is breaking.
I've actually seen that.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, but to
love
finish that off, League is a lot more laid back than Dota. That's what I think. It's a lot
Okay.
more simple, and you don't have to focus on so many aspects of the game.
That's
Thank you.
interesting.
Sounds kind of casual, Malik.
Hell yeah, I'll take casual MOBA with a little bit of toxicity over.
Little
hell.
bit.
Trust me.
You've never seen salt on my level.
It's all relative.
Yep, that's true. That's true. That's interesting. The difference between Dota and League.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I've been playing a lot of Fury. which makes sense because I just did the interview with Benjamin Lemoulet. Fury, man, it is a hell of a game. Also, I'm going to plug it real fast. If you're listening to this and you haven't watched the interview yet, go do it. It's a ton of fun.
I can attest that is a
worked
great depth interview.
Butt off to do that. And the intro took me forever, even if it's not the best. But Fury, it was. I played and beat that game like 3 times in this weekend to get footage. I love everything about that game, from the soundtrack to the character designs, which were actually done by the guy that did the designs for Afro Samurai, Takashi Okazaki. Takashi Okazaki, does that sound right?
That sounds right.
I know
Perfect.
Takashi is. Wait, is that actually his name? Takashi Okazaki?
I don't know.
I think,
Takashi
I thought that's what it was. The character designs are great. The boss fights are great. The combat is super satisfying. Everything about that game is good. It brings everything that I enjoy in the beat 'em up and shoot 'em up genres into one super cohesive game. And it's a boss rush game.
You sent me a code. I started it, and you don't know what kind of monster you're creating, because
What?
You don't know what monster you created by sending me
With what?
Fury. With Fury.
Oh no! Why?
Oh, because it completely destroys my self-esteem.
Oh yeah.
This game upsets me so bad.
Oh no!
I know. As soon as I sent it to you, I'm like, Malik's not gonna like this. He's not gonna enjoy this.
No. See, I enjoy it. The more the game upsets me, that's why I like League so much. The more the game upsets me, the more I want to play it. So I don't think I called the boss. Okay, I have called the boss a cunt more than that, but I definitely called the Screecher a lot of names.
Yeah. which is insane, because I forgot what her name was.
You still here?
Hello?
Yeah. Hello? What?
You blacked out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good.
It was I forgot who it was, but yeah, the Screecher lady. That's what we'll call her. She was always pretty easy for me. And it was always the third boss, that screwed me up a bunch. It's just, with her, you have to. With her, it's all about learning the parry. That's what her fight is.
See, that's the thing, though. It's like on the third boss, on the line, I can agree he's difficult towards the last part, and I'm still getting through that. But I find it a lot easier to manage than with the Screecher, because she's just all over the fucking place, and you had to manage the parry, and I think that's my main issue, and I'm getting better with that, but I don't know. I feel like I have a lot more patience with the line, and I feel like it's a much better boss. I feel it's a lot more fair to me. Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because I actually completely disagree. No. It's just I think that the line throws so much at you. Whereas the Screecher lady, she just, like, I was able to figure out what she was doing, how she was doing it, like what she was doing when she was running away, how to dodge through stuff.
Yeah.
But then when the line came and he starts shooting bullets at you more than anybody else that you've seen in the entire game up to that, and the screen is just cluttered with stuff. I was like, this might be a little overboard, but going back on it, I don't think it was overboard.
There's just so much to achieve there, though. Like, you can get, not to achieve, but you can get more health back and everything. So that's why I like it, because you can just while I'm fighting him, even if I have to parry him, I can keep running away from him and collecting up the health that's in those in there. And then once I finally parry him, I have full HP again.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I definitely see that. Yeah, it really all comes down to the ability to like parry super well, because if you parry, then you get health back, you know.
Yeah.
And so if you get hit a bunch by her, and then you just come back and just keep parrying her attacks, that's how you get the health back with her. Obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know though. That's interesting because he never really brought up the difficulty spike being there. He's more so spoke about how the difficulty spike was at the third boss, which is interesting because you seem to be having a fine time with him until the third part. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
The third parts of the bosses are like what I live for. Oh, they're so good. I love them. I've also been playing some Onimusha. What a hellish time I had with it last night. Oh my god. It's all my fault. All of it is my fault. I saved when I had a sliver of health left.
Oh no.
And so I had to be super, super careful, run past some enemies, a bunch of jazz. It was not a good time. Yeah, I love that game though. The game is phenomenal. I love everything about it. It's just yesterday is the definition of self-prescribed difficulty.
Oh, you caught yourself in a death loop.
Yes, actually, yeah.
Oh my god. The reason I never I was playing Deus Ex, and like in the first mission or whatever, I accidentally got myself in a save loop, and I kept just dying immediately, and I was like, I'm never gonna play this game ever again.
Which
I know.
Deus Ex?
The one before the last one?
Human Revolution?
Yes, Human Revolution.
Oh man, I wish I had recorded it. Jonathan is witness. We broke that game.
Oh no.
Oh man, we broke every part of that game up to the second boss.
We turned Adam Jensen into a psychopath.
Oh no! You just killed
The
NPCs.
sanctuary of cardboard boxes with bodies everywhere.
Yeah, we filled up our apartment with just piles of dead bodies.
Oh.
And the second boss, if you play your cards right, you can make him throw grenades at himself. It's amazing.
Play your cards right.
Everything you just said there seems weird.
No, but yeah,
It's a little weird.
I felt bad though because as I was playing last night, I was like, "This is not good.
Like you play?
I'm never gonna play this again. I'm just gonna stop because I would have to restart the game over."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like as much as I like it, I don't want to do that again. I just want to go through and play this. So I finally beat it, and I was like, "Oh yes!" And then I saved as Kaede, the girl. Spoilers: you play as her.
Wow.
And then,
You just ruined the game for me. What the hell's wrong with you?
and then when I saved, the next time I didn't realize that my health was low.
No.
And then I died.
No.
Oh.
Are there
So,
multiple
the
save slots?
Position
You don't
next stream.
you don't have a cheat code option just to get yourself out of that pickle?
Jonathan, that's
I-
worse than piracy. What's wrong with you?
I strictly said to myself, no save states. I'm gonna play this game like the old boys.
Well, I mean,
do.
I think if the choice is between just using a cheat to get yourself back to full health and then turning it off and having to just stop the game altogether because you effectively locked yourself out of beating it,
No, yeah, that's true.
I would just take the health cheat and then done. That's it.
Yeah, maybe I will do that because I don't want to keep streaming me dying. That's what last episode was for. If you go and look at the thumbnail for it, it has
The skull.
the skull.
I feel like if you did it once, you could do it again, and then you just have to fix that save.
Well, except the thing with her is that she doesn't have nearly as many abilities as the main character, and where I saved, you have to fight a boss. And
Oh.
yeah, I screwed up, but yeah.
And what? So every
didn't
time you
learn.
die, you go back to that save where you have no health.
Yep.
Oh, that's
insane.
no.
Mm-hmm.
that is really sadistic.
Or,
They knew what they
or
were
no,
doing.
no. So I saved another time as her, and I didn't realize that I didn't have nearly enough HP as I should have had. So I did it to myself twice.
What
Wow.
what is wrong with you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just kink.
I was so overconfident. I was so overconfident, and then I played it and got my ass handed to me.
Amateur mistake.
Amateur
That's what I
mistake.
said last night. A rookie mistake.
Yeah. Oh no. So yeah, I mean that's what I've been playing. I got a win in PUBG earlier today, which
You got a chicken dinner?
I got a chicken dinner.
Win more.
How did it
chicken
taste?
dinner.
It was good, dude. It tasted good.
It was nice and succulent.
Yeah. I didn't get hit once.
Describe that final kill.
Oh, this okay. So the zone gods were in my favor. It was at there was a tiny little hill,
More.
and over the hill was a tiny little compound, and I knew this man was in the compound. And before all this, you know,
So what
rewind,
did you do?
rewind a little bit. There was a man in a ghillie suit, and he didn't see me. So I used suppressed UMP, and I took him out. It was only me and one other person.
Did he scream?
Oh my god.
Whoa!
Really intense.
What is that? No. So the guy was in the compound. The zone ended on me, so I knew he had to push up on me, and I just killed him.
That sounds awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a win. I'll take
Did you
it.
build a fort around you to protect yourself?
Oh.
Did you get the legendary star? Stairs up to the sky?
Did you
drink a thorn juice?
Oh, why is Fozzie Bear describing?
Why is Kermit here?
Why is there
Yeah.
sun?
That's it.
here?
That's it for me.
Okay.
So let's move on. I want to talk about this because these leaks they get on my nerves sometimes, and
Do
I
they?
just want to. Yeah, they do. No matter well, regardless if they're real or fake, they're just kind of annoying to me. How do you guys feel about leaks?
They disgust me.
It
Get
depends.
everywhere.
Like,
Yeah.
when Bloodborne got leaked, and it was leaked as like Project Beast,
Mm-hmm.
I saw like a 3-second like little GIF of it, and
Yeah.
my heart exploded, and I couldn't have been happier.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've really seen a leak that made me like upset that I saw a leak.
Mm-hmm.
Leaking a movie is different than like leaking movie news is different than like leaking game news to me. Like I'm fine with game leaks.
I don't understand the hype behind them. I never understood it because why would you want to ruin a surprise? Why would you want to leak something like that? I'd rather
Because
just
of the-
wait for something to come out. It doesn't there's no reason to anticipate a gift that you know is going to happen, right? Just wait
Yeah.
and it's going to be
Part
so
of
much
it-
greater.
Yeah, for
Part of
sure.
it, I would say, is just attention on the leaker. You see a lot of leakers who like start like making a name for themselves, and suddenly it's like I'm the guy or the girl with all the news. You know,
Oh
And,
yeah.
Quit spoiling
Follow-
my presents. Get out of my
follow
face.
me, follow me to
Also,
get the
quit-
sweet details.
quit giving people false information so
Dude.
that people
Well,
people's expectations go up and then get destroyed. Whoever leaked this stuff for the Switch, I forgot what
I
her name
love
was.
those.
that was a ride. That was great.
I love everything about the lead up to the Switch because there was so much like energy around like what the hell is Nintendo
So
doing? Like
Like-
nobody knew.
Too
It's-
much.
Honestly,
It
before
was
the
incredible.
the way that people were like leaking, and I say that with like the biggest air quotes imaginable, the way they were leaking the Switch, it's like we knew everything before this thing even started. And then
Yep.
it started, and we knew nothing. Almost
Yes.
every single bit of it.
Exactly.
Oh, did you
Complete
know
wrong.
that Zelda got delayed till May? Oh my! Oh no, it didn't.
They said Mario Odyssey was going to be the launch title.
Yeah,
And
Suckers.
you know what? I thought maybe. Who knows? That'd be something.
that
But
would
no,
be
it
something.
wasn't the case.
Yeah, it
no, but-
absolutely was not the case. Not even close.
No. At least what you were saying about like the false information, I guess my stance on that is that information changes all the
Oh, yeah.
time. What's
For
true one day isn't necessarily going to be true the next.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like unless you know for a fact, it's like unless you're super confident in the source and they've been right before and you have a reason to trust them, and it's not just someone saying, "Hey, I work for Nintendo. Here's their entire first year lineup,"
Even get it completely wrong.
Yeah.
Like I think you were talking about Laura Kate Dale. She was the one who
yep,
was
yep,
leaking all the stuff.
Yep.
Before the
That's
Switch launch, she a total mess. I think the only thing she got right was what the system was like. And-
She's redeemed herself now, though.
She has. That's what I was gonna get to. Is like nowadays she does like Capcom leaks, and most of that stuff ends up legit.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on those Ace Attorney, games.
Oh
to come.
yeah.
But we'll get to that in a bit when we talk
Tomorrow?
about Direct. Yeah, who knows? Maybe.
No, don't. Tell me.
I know. But but that's the thing is like, so I assume that she scaled back. She started, only leaking out what she could believe in, and so far it's been working out pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, as for how I feel about it, it's like a mix because it's like you're getting the excitement of that announcement just earlier than anticipated, and then when you get to
like
the moment.
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
And then you get to the moment where the game is actually like announced, and you're supposed to be super excited, but you're just kind of like, "Yep, all right, cool, it's actually happening."
I actually wonder, like, are there communities where they bet on what could be real, what's a real leak, what's not?
I'm
What's the
sure
real
maybe
leak?
Probably.
maybe not like an
Some.
official.
Would you
Like,
put money on the leaks you hear?
Whoa.
Depends on who it's from. There's some
It's
people I trust a bit
it's
more
like-
than others.
yeah, I feel like that Mario plus Rabbids leak actually
Yeah.
did that game a service.
A
Yeah,
service.
Yeah, because
It-
people read that and they're like, "What in God's name
Yeah,
is
when I
this?"
when I saw the Peach Rabbit, I was like, "Who asked for this? What is this?"
Exactly. And then E3 came around and you saw actual gameplay and people were like, "Holy crap, this
Yeah.
looks super good."
Well, you know what it was? You got that what the hell is this factor out of the way like months in advance. By the time E3 rolls around, everyone's used to it. Everyone's like, all right, let's see
Yeah.
what it actually is. And suddenly it's like, oh, looks good.
Right, because I remember there were like in the presentation that was leaked, there was something about Peach taking selfies. and
Yeah.
everybody was like, "This game is going to be absolute trash. This is like not good. This is not good." Nintendo, what are you doing? And then E3 came around and people were like, "Oh, okay, this game looks good."
Yeah.
Ubisoft is the
helped
worst at
too.
keeping secrets.
Oh yeah, but I would say it helped too that after it was announced, you got to see like the developers and how passionate they were behind it. And I think that really
Oh,
helped
yeah.
change the face of the game too. Because you
Yeah.
would look up an interview with like the main game designer, he would like cry.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
He's so proud of this game.
Yeah,
It's great.
yeah. Apparently, it was a great game.
Did any of you
Yeah.
guys play it?
It's been
I
on sale a
want to.
couple times. It's been on sale, but I can never like push myself to go all the way. Someday, I definitely will. I hope.
Yeah.
Someday, another someday, John.
Another someday. Let's keep count.
Yeah, let's
Wonder
keep
how many more of those I'll have.
Every
Someday
day's a
will come.
someday.
Tomorrow is someday.
Yeah.
Um,
Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
no, yeah, it's yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I heard
I-
Rabbids Go Home. I
I
heard
think-
that was a good game.
I
way
think
back when.
that leaks for me, and yeah, I do think Bloodborne is a good example of it. Leaks that are like that, where you see a GIF and it gets you just the right amount of interested. You're like, what is this? And it also instills incitement or instills incitement. What does that mean?
Instills
That's okay.
insight.
Okay.
Instills excitement into you. And
So
then
much
you see the
excitement.
full trailer of it, and you're like, oh yes, that looks good. Like whatever that GIF was, this is 10 times better than that, and I love everything.
It's more like
Yeah.
a teaser, really.
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
to say, like, the lead up to E3, like the 2 weeks before E3, is always my favorite because that's when a lot of the leaks start to happen. And it's
That's
just,
my
it's,
least favorite.
it's so exciting though. It's so exciting seeing like, oh, what could happen.
It is, but
I'm
it is.
reminded
Yeah.
now. I think my least favorite leak, or I this is probably it. It was back at E3 2010, and like one or 2 days, like at most 2 days before Nintendo's E3, IGN puts up an article saying, "Hey, Retro is making a new Donkey Kong game."
Yeah,
That's it. They're just like, yeah, it's happening. And so 2 days later, it's announced, and it was supposed to be this big thing. That I even remember they had like the Donkey Kong Country music building up to this big reveal, but it's like, oh, IGN talked about it like yesterday.
Yeah, for me, like knowing it exists, like gets me really excited, and then like my next wave of excitement comes in seeing what it looks like.
yeah.
So like reading the article, like seeing them announce it on stage, and like I guess like reading an article of it, to me like it's that same jolt of excitement, and then like the second wave would be like, okay, now what does the game actually look like and sound like, and
Yeah, it all depends on the extent of the leak.
yeah,
I
that
think,
too.
I think for me, I guess the reason why I didn't like that IGN leak so much is because they didn't say anything. It was just like Donkey Kong's happening.
Yeah.
And it was a day before. You couldn't just
guys,
be like,
coming
oh,
out.
I know this is happening. I'm just gonna let it be a surprise to everyone else. It's like you had to get the clicks.
Yeah, that's
That's all
garbage.
it was. I don't know.
All you got to do is just not read it.
Well, no,
Sometimes you can't help it. Like you see the title.
It's a headline.
Yeah.
This was back in 2010 too.
When it's a headline, like if you're walking around in the 1950s and a little boy hands you a newspaper that says World
Don't give
War
me what I
II.
don't want.
No, not World War. World War III is coming along.
Oh no.
And then you start like putting your hands over your eyes and running away screaming. Right?
Yeah, but you've already seen it. So,
extra. We're all gonna die.
That's when you call them a witch.
exactly. Oh, get them burned at the stake.
Yep.
Yeah, leaks
No,
are
Okay,
are
1950s. That's when he called people a communist. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that the
Okay.
60s? Or am I
I
showing
thought that was
out?
like the late
I thought-
70s.
No, that
Yeah,
was 50s.
Yeah, it's definitely not the 50s.
That's the 50s.
The Red
Yeah.
Scare.
Red Scare.
Listen,
was the
we're all
50s.
educated historians.
Exactly,
We know what we're talking
exactly.
about.
We all
Yeah,
know
for sure.
when it happened.
You know what? Everyone's afraid of communism every year. Maybe not.
No,
Maybe
no.
not. Maybe
Communism is a constant threat, okay?
not. It is.
It's
Real
legal.
Americans are afraid of communism because we know the threats that it brings to
That's right.
holy and lovely capitalism.
Oh,
Like,
boy.
I just want to let you know that I saluted to that, and I'm gonna clap.
Yeah, I'm clapping.
I'm actually petting my bald eagle right now.
Yeah, everybody clap. Everybody get that a clap. So that was interesting. Communism.
Good
You
and
know what communism is? Communism is super comfy and super cozy.
Oh boy.
Incredibly,
Yeah.
all that
Really.
food and
Oh, all of that food.
and all those blankets and heated houses.
Mm.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's just and the harsh
dream.
winters, and all you have is that dark, that deep coffee,
Yeah.
and of course your video games.
Yeah.
Boss Rush is my favorite.
Your old
political
Commodore
podcast.
64 in 2017.
Exactly. So the reason why I brought this up was because I don't know, I thought it was interesting, and I want to talk about like what are the locations or the games, the aspects of this of this medium that like brings out those feelings of, oh, it's coffee time, it's blanket time.
Boy, how
Coffee
do I,
time.
do I have the game? The game.
Mhm.
The game.
The quintessential comfy game. One
Oh.
thing that is, that game is Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Oh,
Let me
Okay.
tell you about this game. This game is literally a blanket. Yeah, it turns
You're not wrong.
out of yarn and patch and just fuzzy things, and you're just you're strolling around. It's all fuzzy. Everything's all cute. Even the enemies, they don't even like hit you. They just kind of trip, and that's it. Then you can like grab them with your yarn whip, and then turn them into yarn balls and throw them at other enemies, and everything explodes into yarn.
Kirby
And you
is
get-
actually a monster.
He is a monster.
He
Really is.
unravels those cute little figs, and their whole bodies just get strewn
He's
all over the
tearing their
place.
skin off to the bone.
I forget exactly what it was, but I was playing that game and there were just some Waddle Dees like dancing, and I had to stop for a minute. Like, am I really? These guys aren't even doing anything.
But the attack animation of that is he whips them and then unravels their entire body.
Yeah, and then he throws them at other people.
And then he
Well,
throws them.
Let's ignore this aspect here.
all right, continue, Jonathan. So you
Because
saw the Waddle
just-
Dees.
Yeah, and then I probably did grab them, throw them, because I had the
Can't
Monster.
resist.
video game after all. But it's so lovely, and the music is perfect. It's like a lullaby. The entire game is just like it really feels like wrapping up in a nice cozy blanket, grabbing a nice cup of hot coffee, and unwinding, and just enjoying yourself.
Huh.
And I mean that's really it. It's like that's all I can say. Everything about that game just oozes with creativity. And I was saying this a while back, but I think it's one of the best games in terms of like having a creative art style, but also integrating it into the level design itself. Because you're
Right.
constantly like, you're unwinding zippers and you're like whipping on things, or like you're like, or no, it's like you grab like a stray piece of yarn and you'll like pull it to pull the level back and like reveal stuff behind. And there's this thing where you're like,
it's great.
you'll go into the background and you'll go behind yarn and you'll see yourself kind of like popping out a little bit, like you're under a blanket.
Huh.
Everything about that game is just so
It's
well
a great
done.
game.
It's wonderful.
I don't know.
So comfy and cozy. That's my go-to comfy game.
Okay.
There
Yeah.
you go.
There you go.
I don't know. When I think of comfiness in games, it's something that reaches like my nostalgia.
So
Honestly,
Spawn.
it's like
Yeah.
no, not Spawn. See, that would be interesting, but no. Like, for example, when I was playing Plane Shift, and I actually go over some of the footage, like when I was walking around in first person, it brings back the memories of like EverQuest. You know, when you start up the disgusting, what are they called? Not bitmaps.
Thanks for
Polygons.
that. Polygons.
Polygons.
Tries, bro.
the polygons, just low polygon models, really bring that out. And hold on, my roommate is calling me. Someone else talk. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So
Well,
about those low polys.
yeah,
I love them.
I mean, I'm about to say, like, I feel like not any, but a lot of PlayStation 1 games just have this, like, this factor to them. I don't know how to describe it, because I don't want to just say, oh, it's low poly, so it's comfy, you know?
Yeah.
But so many of those games, like, I go back to Crash, especially Crash Team Racing, and, like, immediately,
Yeah.
I'm just, like, back to being in, like, my old basement, playing that game nonstop.
It's always the basement.
It's always the basement. Everything about that game, though, from like just the music to the track designs and even the way the tracks are. Like I remember like the sewer track, and I don't know, like that stuff sticks with me. It's like I'm driving in a sewer, but it's a low polygon PS1 sewer. It's
Yeah.
okay. Metal Gear Solid though. That game is. I don't think it's really meant to be comfy in a tradition.
I don't
Kinda
know. I'd argue that. Like
Like, they
especially Metal
tried
Gear
so
Solid
hard.
2.
Hello,
It has a comfiness factor to
They
it.
tried
Like
so hard to make it look realistic on a PlayStation 1, and I find it so endearing.
Those sound
I think
effects
really
are
like
cool.
the like enduring like Resident Evil 1.
Yeah, or even Silent Hill.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that. I don't know. I find a comfortness factor to Metal Gear Solid 2. Something about walking through there, seeing all those, I don't know,
Like,
delving
all the
into the
oil
lives
rigs.
of the the guards of the ship. You know how they had their own little lockers and you could spy on them and so it was interesting. And there's a comfiness
Mhm.
factor to that.
Oh yeah.
But no, something that reaches into that. So like MMOs, crappy looking ones, those depressing ones like Plane Shift and Minions of Mirth really access that for me. But it's also games like that remind me of early 2000s PlayStation 2 games like
Mhm.
Vampire Bloodlines The Masquerade. That like everything there has this like cheap feel to it. It I don't know, it was at a different stage in development where it's just like I can't explain it, but it has a comfiness factor to it where it's just
No,
this,
I know what you
it
mean.
has a personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another game that reaches that, but it's more like a, there's no bounds for it, is Postal 2.
Whoa.
I don't know why that game,
Cozy.
that is definitely cozy to me, especially walking around the mall, even if you're chopping off people's heads.
Oh.
No,
Something
it's good.
about
It's
it.
good to have an edge lord in the group. So
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have somebody who's gonna. Things that reach your nostalgia, where you were in a comfy moment as a child, and it just brings out that feeling where you were playing a game in the ideal moment, and you re-experience that with a game. I think that's what really brings out comfiness. It's not something you can just recreate out of nowhere,
yeah.
Mhm.
No, yeah. I mean, Kylo, what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's like for me, one of the most recent comfy games I actually played was Final Fantasy 15, and
Mhm.
that's when I was working at the video store, and I remember I got the game in early, and I was like, hell yeah! I got out at midnight. I had the game like a week before anybody else. I actually put on the fireplace. I got covered in a blanket, and I just put it in. And as soon as
Yeah.
Stand By Me comes on, I'm like, oh! And I stayed up till like 7 in the morning playing Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah,
And like,
dude.
I love games like that. But also, like, speaking of the PS1, one thing that reminds me of is like where is the PS4 startup sound? Like the PlayStation
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3 all have their iconic boot noises, and I love those so much.
Mhm.
Like the ringing of the PlayStation 1, like
Mhm.
that sound effect
Oh,
is
yeah.
like stuck in my brain for life. Like if I hear it again, it just sends shivers down my spine.
I know, like the
It's like so weird, and the same with the PS2 like background ambience, just the weird like.
There's actually a PS4 theme on the store right now.
Oh, I got it. I
Uh,
got it.
The PS2 one, you got it?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
the PS2 one. I personally still have the anniversary one.
Yeah, me
It's the
too.
closest thing I have to the startup sound.
You're right.
It's just the old one.
But I
Wait,
miss that
doesn't
stuff.
the PS2 theme have the startup sound?
The PS2 one, but
Probably.
the
I haven't looked too deeply into it.
It was actually made by Modus, one of
Yes.
those guys on.
that was like True and Pixel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. That's why I'm glad this at least the Switch has like their own weird, unique sound cue of the snapping.
A
But
little bit.
yeah, it's. Oh, but the best one is the Dreamcast one.
Yeah.
Oh.
I never even
Best
grew
one.
up with the Dreamcast, but as soon as I bought a Dreamcast at a thrift store for like $20, and as soon as I took it home, that boot up sound, I was like, "This is amazing."
It's
Everything about the Wii.
comfortable.
Everything about the Wii
For
is
sure.
comfy.
For sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh my! What was that?
What?
What?
I don't know. I thought I just heard a gunshot, dude.
Did Miyamoto come to your
Sorry.
window?
It must have been a little too loud.
Miyamoto is hunting me down
You're talking about the Wii. It was gonna shut you down.
in my walls.
You gotta be
everything
careful.
about the Wii is just it's incredible.
It's got such a personality to it.
Right.
Yeah, which the Switch, rip.
Yeah,
the
that's what I was
Switch
gonna
is
say
so
about the
bland.
Switch.
Yeah,
Maybe
Yeah.
someday.
maybe someday. No, yeah, I mean, comfiness. I wrote down a couple games. Comfiness. Probably the one that you brought up, Kyler, Final Fantasy 15. I think it was when I got to the Italian-inspired city.
Oh yeah.
Oh my lord!
That
I was
was
like,
awesome.
this game is incredible. It was the design of the architecture and just the liveliness of everything. When the atmosphere or the nighttime ambiance struck, you saw the sun set over just the water, and it was just like people were there, like people would be in Italy, just hanging out, going down the gondolas, going down on the gondolas down the river, and you're just walking past everything. Everything felt like it was super alive in that city, and I loved it.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
it made me feel like I was like there with the characters.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I loved everything about that city. Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Obviously.
Animal
believe-
Crossing. Yeah, it's my quintessential comfy game.
I still play that 3DS one. I still open it every once in a while, collect
It-
some apples.
So good. It's so good, especially
So
like at late at night.
Oh,
you're
God.
just hanging out.
And all the stores are closed.
all the stores are closed. Yeah, you go up to the town square and you just walk up and down the little the square and just like look, and you're like, oh, these shops are closed because it's actually night outside and it's actually this time. I feel like Animal Crossing meshes the lines between the outside world and what's happening inside the game so perfectly.
Yeah.
And I feel like that creates such an atmosphere that is really infectious.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's why you go back, or that's why you go back and play those games. Is because of that, because of the connection with the outside world and how it is reflected on this game. And then the music is just phenomenal, how it changes with the times and how perfect it is, how perfect sounding the music is with the time of day. Even outside of the game, if you just put that music on right now, it's perfect. It's perfect for that type of setting for that time.
Did you go for it?
Yeah, it was pretty recently that I was just listening to some of the old like New Leaf songs because I hadn't played the game in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was like 11 p.m., 12 a.m., 1 a.m. or what. But as soon as I heard it, it was like immediately I was shot back to like the old summer 2013. where I would spend every night going off
Right.
to catch bugs.
Exactly. There were so many moments where we just hung out, just playing Animal Crossing, and it was great.
But also another weird game, like, well, it's not a weird game, but I decided to listen to the OST of it recently. It was Little Big Planet,
Oh yeah.
and I haven't.
Little Big Very
I put
comfortable.
so many hours in that game, but I haven't like touched it or looked at it in years. So as soon as I heard that music, like all these memories just came flooding back of like coming home after school and like playing it online.
Right.
It just made me feel so
Oh,
warm on
man.
the inside.
That's a good one, Little Big
Oh,
Planet,
The
because the
music
art
is so
style-
good.
As soon as he brought up Kirby, I immediately thought of Little Big Planet, like the Epic Yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah.
just brought it right to my mind.
yeah. Little Big Planets.
But if we're
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
that's
comfy,
great.
I think one of the main things that comes into my mind is like games like Shenmue and like
Oh,
general life sims like Persona 5 and ones
Right.
that capture that like liveliness, like you said in the Italian-esque city in
Mhm.
Final Fantasy, where you're just
Yeah.
interacting with everybody in the world and seeing what you can get done and what you can find in these like design cities and what else you can do here. I don't know,
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to capture that, and I feel like those games really nail it, even like Sleeping Dogs,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is that. It is that liveliness, and especially in Final Fantasy 15 in that Italian city. Man, I forgot what it was called. But it the people that you see there, you get that sense. Oh, these people are here on vacation, and that's cool. But I'm here on business. Like I've like my Noctis actually has business being here.
Business.
and it's
Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun watching the other people interact with the world differently than how you are. Because there's always in the player's head during that section, there's always that sense of urgency where it's like, I really want to go and explore this place, and I will, but I also have to continue with this, and so
Yeah.
I think that's really interesting.
I also love how you'll get those little random side quests. Be like, oh, let's go over here to this bridge and take a picture. Like I
Yes.
love little stuff like that.
Oh yes, oh man. Another one that's similar to Persona is Kamurocho in Yakuza 0. Yakuza 0 is just, it's funny because I feel like this open world was so much more alive than most open worlds, yet this is probably 1/50th the size of any open world nowadays.
Nani?
And it's because of just it captures that city feel so well with the people talking and walking down the streets, the neon signs just bouncing off the ground everywhere,
Yeah.
the amounts of shops that you can go into, and I think it's really just the clutter of it.
It
The
doesn't
clutter of this
feel
city.
uncomfortable. It makes you feel surrounded somewhat.
Yeah,
Makes it feel lived in.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And like going into the shops, and they're just super cramped with like just aisles and aisles of products.
That's Japan.
Going into arcades and stuff.
Yeah. I was going to mention the arcades.
Yes.
Now,
It's
It's
like
just
you
so
can-
good.
It's like going to a real arcade. You can sit down and play Outrun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Without a doubt, I think the comfiest thing I can think of is so when you beat the intro of Vampire Bloodlines: The Masquerade, you are introduced to your first house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there you're facing these two windows and there's just rain falling on the outside. You can hear it and your radio's playing. And I think that plays a lot into games too. Like I found myself comfortable in GTA San Andreas when the radio is interactive with the world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This one here, it's without a doubt the best in-game radio I've ever heard. It's funny, and it's like the guests feel alive. They actually evolve with the world that you're playing in, and I don't know. It's a perfect scenario. You're looking out this rainy window. You have your laptop right there, the perfect lighting, and this radio playing in the background. It's just it's awesome.
That's a really good point to bring up because GTA 5 fucking nails it.
Oh yeah, that's a
Nails
really good answer.
You're just driving. You got that 80s radio going on, and the sun is setting. You got the bright pinks and oranges in the sky. You see the skyline of the city. You're headed down to the beach. Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone comes on. Dude, that is all I need. Like
For
that-
whatever reason,
yeah.
the Grand Theft Auto, I love Grand Theft Auto 5, but like
Mhm.
exploring the open world never felt as like fun to me as exploring Grand Theft Auto 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
I don't know.
that's
I
interesting.
can't agree with 4. I can't agree with if you were to say like San Andreas,
Mhm.
but I can agree. It didn't feel that amazing to me. It felt like I was only seeing stuff in certain areas, and I didn't really discover much when I was traveling anywhere else but like the main city or where Trevor was.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't want this answer to seem stupid, but I really feel like it could be because this is such a great replication of a city that maybe you kind of feel like, oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like, I guess.
Because it is like it's the best recreation of a city that I
Like
think
the
I've ever
vibe
seen.
and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Just watching people drive down the highway. It's just like, even that, just like flying a plane over the highway and just seeing people just driving on the highway, and you're just like, this is awesome. Like it's just those super genuine moments for me that's why I love that game.
And I love
so
all the
much.
small details too. Like if you go underneath a bridge, like if you look at your phone, like the cell phone service is disconnected while you're underneath the bridge.
Oh yeah, that's
Yes!
a great detail.
And like people's flip flops actually flip flop.
Yes,
I love that.
Yeah, the atmosphere in that game, in my opinion, it's unparalleled.
It's so good.
I've got Mario Odyssey, the snow, the snow part with the big blubby guys.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that
I can
was
see that.
that was
I
good. It
love
was,
those boys.
yes, it was how the game sets it up perfectly because you're out in just like when I was playing that, I actually felt cold. It was cold because it's just like a blizzard just going on around you.
It's like just a giant white fog, like a
Exactly.
blue white fog. You can't see anything.
Exactly. And then you fall down into this igloo looking place, and everything is bright. Everything's bright now. You can see
Yeah.
everything. You got those big walrus people. They're fat and they're in their little Eskimo gear, and you know
Yeah,
they're
boys.
staying warm. You know that they're staying warm. So then you feel like you're warm.
I remember the first time I saw those guys, I was like, I wonder if I could capture one of those guys.
Oh.
And then towards the end, you totally can.
Oh, yes, you can. You become one.
But I love the level structure of that area too.
Yeah. I'm a hot take. I feel like that level structure should have been what the entire game was.
Oh, I agree. Oh,
You know,
also, another thing that Mario Odyssey does is like, did you know that a lot of the sound effects are actually pitched in tune with the music?
Oh, really?
You guys see that? Yeah, so like a lot of the sound effects are actually in tune to whatever's happening in that specific song that's playing.
Whoa, that's
I'm not sure I
interesting.
ever noticed that. I'd have to.
Not
pay more
only
attention.
not only the tune, but the tempo of it changes as well. So it's on
Oh,
beat.
that's really cool.
That's one thing I love that Nintendo does. They pay so much care to the sound.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yep. I've
Zelda,
also
for example.
yeah.
I start talking about sound. It's not my favorite soundtrack in the series, but that game has some amazing sound design. When I got my surround set up all ready to go, well, I played Mario Kart first, and that was something that was crazy. But I played Zelda afterwards, and I was like, I wish I could have played the whole game like this. It was amazing.
Yeah. I've also got Monster Hunter World Hub.
Ooh.
The hub area is so good.
Yes. I
the
remember
music
when we
in it.
first got to there. That was
Yeah.
absolutely grand.
That was it was
At nighttime,
yes.
just like you can see everything, and it's just, It's beautiful.
Yep, everything
You
has
see all
its
the
lights
islands.
on.
Yes.
Yeah. The lights are like stringed lights going through. Everything feels super natural and genuine. And then going up to the bar and just the disturbing human-sized palico serving dinner. It's great. My last one though, and it is the comfiest game I've ever played in my entire life.
Oh.
Everybody's Golf.
Really?
Okay.
Yes. Every
I see
time I
that.
popped that game in, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? I need a cup of coffee right now. It was bad. It was bad. Like seriously, every time I popped it in, I was like, coffee. The thing with that game is that it's so jolly. The vibes are so good that it just gets you in like good spirits, even when you're doing terrible. The caddy is like, that was bad, but you can improve. And just everything's so happy in that game. Just running around, just golf in general is just something that I want to learn because I feel like it's just a good thing to do. Relax, kick back with your friends, talk, and suck at golf.
Dude,
Suck at
Yeah.
a dying
I can't tell
sport.
you.
That sounds right.
It is the most annoying thing to me. Maybe mini golf, but actual golf, no, I can't.
I went to a driving range once, and I kept missing.
Yeah, me too, dude.
I was
Even
like, why?
if you
What's
get a
wrong
good
with
hit, I'm just like I hit the ball.
I just
I hit the ball.
it's great.
There it goes.
I just wanna go out there, hang out, talk.
Mhm.
That's
I
it.
think you mentioning golf made me remember Woohoo Island from Wii Sports Resort and a bunch of other.
Oh yes.
Tell you what, we'll go play golf. I'll drive around the golf cart like behind you and honk around. You can.
Yeah,
go
you'll be our caddy.
Yeah,
What a
exactly.
good pal.
Yeah, you'll carry our golfing clubs.
Yes.
Woohoo
I'm down for
Island
that.
always feels like
Yes.
such a perfect vacation area.
Yeah.
It's got everything.
Yep.
And I would love just flying around and being able to just see everything and see all the people on their like jet skis. They like fly over the basketball court and everyone's playing that. You have to go down the
Right.
streets and you see everyone, like you see like where the bowling alley is.
You
and
get to
where-
run around the island and we fit.
Yeah. Mhm.
I love it.
You get
Oh,
you got a whole track.
that is amazing. Yes.
When you get to fence, there's like a fencing mode where you can just fight people all over the island. Just keep going.
Yeah.
I have
And
to
then when
say
you
the
can-
jogging course for Wii Fit was fantastic. I remember playing that when I was like, I don't know, 12. It was just amazing.
I never had Wii Fit because I was fat.
But it was a little while back where my brother was playing Wii Sports Resort and was doing the plane, and I was like watching him play, and I totally forgot that you can take the plane, you can go into the top of the volcano and fly down
Volcano,
into it.
yeah.
You don't see the inside of the
That's
volcano.
so
and then
cool.
Fly out.
I don't know. Like, there's nothing I wanted more than to get off course in the Wii Fit jogging course because I just wanted to explore more of the city.
Yeah.
And I,
You know what?
I really
You
wish
know-
they would have just made a game out of that.
You just run through it.
Yeah.
I think my favorite battle royale game idea is like a Wii Sports battle royale where it's just 100 Mii's on Woohoo Island, and all of your attacks are like you can use motion controls. You can like throw a bowling ball at somebody, or smack someone with a fence or a golf club, and
Mhm.
throw a frisbee
Yeah.
and chop someone's neck off, which won't happen.
Whoa!
That'd be awesome.
That's a Nintendo like.
I'm
Very
down with that.
un-Nintendo, but
Whoa.
that's what I want.
You know what else is like Nintendo?
What?
I want
A Nintendo Direct.
Oh my gosh.
Nintendo.
I'm hyperventilating right now.
Somebody get that man a
Okay.
bag.
Oh, there's been too much of that today on today's podcast.
Yeah, really.
Too much.
Yeah, so
We got new mics. We gotta use them.
yeah, so we got a Nintendo Direct confirmed for tomorrow. What was 4 p.m. our time, 2
Yes, it is.
p.m. Pacific time, and what's it gonna be? We don't know. Do we ever know with Nintendo? No, we don't.
It's gonna be 25 minutes of games we've never heard about, nor think we should care about until they come out, and they're probably all going to be indie.
I'm
Boom.
predicting a
Dropping the
card
mic.
game.
Whoa,
Legend of Zelda card game.
Whoa,
There you
dude.
go.
disgusting.
I think they made that already. I think it was called Gwent.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Detective Pikachu?
Probably will be there.
Yeah.
Like me,
Really?
they'll be like, hey, this game's coming out. Check
It's
it
been
out
out for like a year and a half already, right?
in Japan.
Yeah, in Japan.
When
Never
am I
came
getting
out
my
here until
Pokemon
now.
Snap remake?
Never. That's what
Not
we had the
tomorrow,
Wii
that's
U
for
for, and they
Yeah.
didn't do it. So
Everyone's like, oh, it'd be so awesome if they brought back Pokemon Snap. And I was like, yeah, you know what, that would be awesome. But it would have been even more awesome if it came out on the Wii U, the Platinum,
You almost said Switch.
the
On the Switch.
platform for it.
yup.
Damn it,
Yeah.
idiots! But that's besides. the point.
Idiots.
Jonathan, let's hear it. What do you think we're getting tomorrow?
I'm thinking Fire Emblem. Very possible.
Okay.
Why would we need another Fire Emblem?
Yeah, yeah,
What?
it's a good question.
That noise.
Fire Emblem is such a flop of a series.
Oh
terrible.
yeah,
Whoa,
nobody cares
That
about
game's
it.
awful.
Whoa!
Yeah, you heard me.
I feel personally attacked right now.
I hope you do.
I think they're gonna show off No More Heroes. We're gonna get gameplay for that.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'd
sure
actually
hope
tune
so.
into that.
I think it's too early for that. There's no way. I would love
I
it,
don't know.
but
If it's supposed to come out this year, I mean now's a good time. Just a
You
small.
don't
It's supposed to come out this
Not a
year.
direct.
It is supposed to come out this year.
What?
whoa, now I'm moist.
Whoa. You
Oh,
weren't
I'm
moist already?
No.
Project Octopath is coming out this year. I think that's gonna be.
That'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
that'll be there tomorrow.
Octopad?
Yeah.
The Octopad.
What the hell's
The
that?
RPG I was telling you about.
The weird, like, yeah.
Space, and it's got like a real like almost like tabletop method to its gameplay where it's like every character is different and you can do different things like
Charm
it's hard to
them.
explain. You can shoot, yeah, like that's kind of
I
stuff.
think I remember you showing me this, but I don't remember. I don't know. I don't recall.
Yeah. Well,
That game is a system seller for me. I want it.
Octopath Traveler?
Oh, okay. Now I remember it. Yeah.
I want that game so bad.
I played the demo for it. I wasn't too jived on it, but I am really interested.
I
the
am-
cool thing about the demo is that they took a lot of like surveys on it. The whole point was to get feedback, so hopefully whatever
Yeah.
problems you had, they'll.
No, it's
It's
okay, Malik. Kyler's from the 1960s, so jibed is a thing that they would say.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
unfortunately.
Tomorrow.
Yoshi.
Yep,
Yoshi,
yep.
100%.
Oh,
Yoshi
yeah.
will be there.
Gonna see a new comfy Yoshi game.
A new comfy Yoshi game.
I think we need
Um,
a real hard, gritty Yoshi game.
I think it's time. I think it's time.
So,
Yoshi Battle Royale.
Everyone's a different color of Yoshi.
the bare bones Yoshi, the survival
Dry
horror
bones?
Yoshi,
Dry Yoshi.
dry Yoshi.
Well, Malik, think about it this way. Yoshi's already dark. He throws his unborn children at his enemies.
I'm just asking for them to show the real colors.
Oh, I see. I
some,
see.
some
Yeah.
hyper realistic.
You want to see the contents of the egg.
Skin.
Yes.
Take off the kitty filter.
Some fetuses.
You want Yoshi to
Yum.
scream as he gets the eggs out of his body.
Every time. Just
Wow.
I want us to recognize him for the villain he is.
Well, we already do, because Mario just dumps him in a bottomless pit to get an extra height on his jump.
Yeah.
Mario's really the villain here.
I mean,
Well, Yoshi's a coward
They're
and
all
a
the
criminal,
villains.
so he deserves everything he
Bowser's the
gets.
protagonist. Bowser's just trying to save the kingdom
From Yoshi, yeah.
from
Dude,
communism.
I want a new Mario and Luigi game.
I do want a new Mario and Luigi game. Although
I
feel
wanna
like
play
it's
a Mario.
Game.
I'll take it. I'll take it
too
tomorrow.
s- I think it'll happen. It's too soon though. They just had the remake of first game last year, which I would like to pick up.
So why is it too soon?
Why is it too soon? Because we
Why
just
is it
had
too soon?
we just had them. I mean, maybe it was just a side project while all along they were working on a big HD Switch one.
Exactly.
I doubt
I
it.
would love that.
I think
all
it'll
I'm
happen.
waiting for is a new Mario Party.
Get out of here.
Hey,
That's all I'm waiting for.
You're out of
That's
here.
all I want.
Jack.
Get out of here.
This is disgust.
What are the bottomless pit with Yoshi?
Yeah, you
Honestly-
belong with the Yoshi.
I want to say that there really aren't going to be any crazy like first party announcements tomorrow, just because that isn't really their thing. I feel like it's going to be more third parties because you look at the last two directs they had last year, and that was really more of a third party show than anything. And then
I think there will be one pretty big bomb in here.
I hope so. I hope so.
I
I'm not
think there
expecting
will be.
I think
But
there
what
will
do you
be a
think that
bomb
bomb is
at
gonna
the
be?
direct.
I think what would be really
Oh.
exciting is
Oh.
if at the very end, the Smash logo burns.
Yes. Yeah.
Tony
Oh,
Hawk
no.
Rising.
Oh man.
The Smash logo rises from the ashes.
Oh, you got me.
Tony
you got
Hawk
me
does a
so
kickflip
live.
off the logo.
This is not good. Oh,
That's
man.
what it will be. It will end with across the screen.
Is Jonathan okay?
No, I'm
No.
not okay. I'm not okay.
He's literally.
I've revealed Jonathan's true nature.
Yeah,
Succumb to the hype, Jonathan.
I've been a bit of an anti-Nintendo little bugger for the last few months, but just starts talking about Smash and
They'll just show
stuff crumbles.
15 seconds of Sakurai locked up in a dungeon,
Oh,
and Reggie Fils
yeah.
locking the key and throwing it away.
That's where he's at. What a shame. Guy's a legend. He's gonna be making Smash Brothers for the rest of his life at this point.
And Reggie has an F-Zero pin on his suit.
Yeah, of course.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
You know what?
Let's see. What else?
You're right. I think Smash is a possibility. I'm not
I think so
expecting-
too, actually.
Of all the crazy possibilities, I think
It's
that
gonna happen.
one's got the highest chance.
At
Look,
the
all
end,
we're gonna get
at the very end,
is- No?
we got one more thing.
Oh man.
Shing!
Shing.
What's up?
Oh man.
Mm-mm-mm.
Not good. Not good.
I think
No, good.
one thing we can
It is
really
very
expect
good.
is a port of that Metroid Team game on the 3DS. What was it called
Oh
again?
no.
Oh, trying
Federation
Federation
Force.
Force. We don't speak of
Yes.
that garbage.
Watch, that's
Now-
gonna be there. It's gonna be ported
Now-
to the Switch.
If
No.
you're gonna talk about the other Metroid Prime games, that's a maybe. That's a
Metroid.
very big maybe.
Do you think we're gonna get any details on the new Pokemon?
No.
No, they would have their own direct for that.
They would have their own direct, 100%.
Yeah.
Not just a surprise on the direct, just a quick
Nah.
I don't think so.
kind of slip in a quick nip slip.
I feel like
What?
even with I feel like that's even the same with. I don't think that it would be here at this direct.
Definitely.
No.
Okay.
Enough.
I mean, this is the thing.
Okay.
I feel like if you look at their like announcement patterns,
I don't
of
study
those-
Nintendo Directs.
Well,
Sorry.
listen, this is my job.
Check.
Like, remember last year, that January presentation, they announced pretty much everything there for the entire year. The only other games they announced for the rest of the year was Pokken and Mario and Rabbids. I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So we already know everything that's coming out until June. So are they going to wait until June to announce the second half of the year at E3? I don't know. I think it's possible. I think they might do that.
Yeah.
They'll announce. They'll confirm Yoshi for like July, so that we know it's going to come immediately after E3. They'll announce Fire Emblem so that there's something. We already know if Fire Emblem exists. I don't know. I'm just going in a bit deflated.
I think E3 will be big this year for them.
Yeah. I just think Nintendo's gonna be like, here's a bunch of Mario sports games, and here's a bunch
Hey.
of ports to your
Hey,
Switch.
listen, man. If one of those sports games is Strikers 3,
Oh, wow.
it's all okay with me.
I
Or
don't know.
baseball. I'd be down
We're
with.
gonna get, like,
baseball.
Or
I just
American
want
football.
Mario.
Strikers. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Mario at the nursing home.
I think we're
Mario
gonna get a Mario Hotel
presentations.
Simulator, honestly.
Well, there is Hotel Mario.
Tomodachi Life.
Tomodachi Life. I wonder when we'll see that.
Oh wow.
Probably not
Oh,
this
Actually,
season.
that didn't even come to mind.
At some point.
Gotcha.
Tomodachi Life is a pretty big thing.
It was fun.
It was-
Animal Crossing will
It
probably
was
come
weird
first.
seeing my uncle get married to my mother.
Oh, that's uncomfortable. That's why you don't make family
Wow.
members.
Yeah.
You caught me off guard with that one.
Nintendo
my little sister. Yeah,
Oh.
I think I got I don't know. Weird shit happened in that game.
Oh
And
no.
I was like, you know, Peyton, you do what you want to do.
You're
Just don't say it out
scarring
loud.
yourself.
I don't want to hear this stuff. It's like, haha, mommy just got married to Uncle Ryan. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
All right.
That's how it all starts.
Do you remember the E3 presentation for that game where they had like Reggie proposing to Samus or whatever?
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
At some point.
Maybe.
One day.
Someday.
One of these days.
He'll really propose to Samus. He'll get his
Yes.
own Samus.
I think that maybe we'll see something about those UI rumors.
I would love anything for the system,
Please.
like a system update.
Yes.
Anything, I will
Yeah.
take it.
Why
Put
is it
music in
ugly?
there.
Yeah, it's boring.
It's just very bland.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Like the clicking sounds are satisfying, but
It's got
Tyler,
little
You know,
little nuggets of personality that just can't break out.
I gotta pause this. Kyler,
pause it.
you have destroyed my vocabulary. You ever since you've become ever since I've met you, you've said disgusting all the time. Now I cannot stop saying disgusting.
You're welcome.
That's all I say.
Garbage.
Disgusting.
Garbage is next on your list, so be careful. Watch
Oh,
out.
I believe it, dude. But disgusting is now. Okay. I say it at work.
Get used to it, pal.
I say it at work. I say it in class. It's bad.
There's more zingers. They're coming. You wait.
Oh, no. Resume. Oh,
Resume. Check.
Resume.
resume.
Please, somebody resume.
Please.
Well, where were we?
Nintendo
With,
is gonna announce a new WarioWare
having
by
you and
June tonight.
Don't play with my
Not
heart,
tomorrow.
Jonathan.
Not tomorrow.
How about
tonight.
everybody talk over at one another?
Okay,
Exactly.
we can do
We're
that.
So excited.
I think I should be the one.
I'm
to
so
talk.
excited for the new.
Yoshi has the
that's gonna come out in a
sexiest
couple of years.
of
I don't know when, but it's gonna happen.
So,
Oh, WarioWare is the thing. It's
WarioWare is a thing.
I
But
think
it's,
we should have a live action WarioWare movie.
hey,
Oh,
that would
get
be-
out.
Get Steven Spielberg to direct that. You can do it.
Get Danny DeVito to be Wario.
I was
Oh,
about to
that's
say.
great.
I was
I
about
would
to
love that. If they do
Good.
make a Mario movie, they need Danny DeVito as Wario, without a doubt. I
Yeah.
can see that.
I could actually see that.
Oh my god.
He's a real life
I have to
Wario.
tell him.
Yeah, somebody has to notify him of this. I like
Everyone,
Danny. I think you're Wario.
everyone was telling Danny DeVito to play Detective Pikachu. Like it got to
Should
that
be.
point. He was at
That
like,
should've
he was at
happened.
like a convention, and someone asked him, "Hey, can you play Detective Pikachu?" And I think he said, "What's Pikachu?"
Excellent response.
Yeah.
Good man. Good man. He obviously knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know
clearly.
what? You know what? I bet when Danny DeVito was sleeping last night, he had some
Oh.
dreams. You know, we all have dreams from time to time. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Most of them are.
Or Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
But when it comes to video games, those dreams are the best.
Heyo.
Not all.
So
good.
no, yeah, no. Actually, my dreams involving video games are the worst.
Yeah.
They're absolutely horrifying
They
because of
involve
how redundant they are. But yeah, no. We're talking about our dream games. I've had so many.
See,
go
that's
through
the
my head.
thing, though. It's like the older I've gotten, the further I've strayed from this ideal of a perfect game. In the past, I could have told you, like, a couple of years ago, it'd probably been like, oh, a zombie survival game where I could walk around in its huge open world and, dynamic physics, and you can go into any building and fight zombies and stuff. But
And now
No,
we've got like 500 of those games.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But the thing is, they're just not what I expected, and I notice how far I am from that ideal, and at the same time, I don't want that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see that.
Yeah.
Like thinking about like what would my dream game be? And I feel like it's such a almost nebulous idea because it could be anything. And you
I
start
have
thinking,
so many.
Me too, dude.
Don't
could
make-
be anything. I don't know. It's like I started thinking about my favorite games of all time, or like, all right, so those will be the Galaxy games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are, I guess, my dream. Maybe my dream game is Super Mario Galaxy 3. That would get me
Yeah.
excited.
Huh.
Okay, what
But
would you like to
that's
see
not
new?
what's
What would you like to see reinvigorated?
reinvigorated. Oh man, dude,
I can answer
I've,
that.
I've definitely had like ideas before. Of like, man, that would be awesome.
Mhm.
Ah, man, it's like whenever I need this stuff, it's like
I don't know. Right now, what I could see perfect Postal 4. Now,
is
hear
there
me
a
out.
Postal 3?
There's a Postal 3 and it's awful because
Yep.
they failed the satire part. Now Postal 2 is still going strong. They updated it with new jokes and everything, but what I want is I want a Postal 4 where they really take a satirical view at society today. That it'd be The Onion, just a game, and it'd be absolutely amazing.
I'm down with that.
It'd be so much commentary. Imagine if they put in a smartphone system and everybody would film when you're just going on at somebody, or everybody's so direct, and there'd be so much commentary they can make, so many jokes they could do, and
Mhm.
they could make so much commentary on what's going on in the world right now. It'd be ridiculous, but
I
they'd be taking
Yeah.
advantage of it, and it would be an absolute dream.
I
Like,
would be
that
going
would
through
something.
that game and I would be like, oh, Trump jokes are still funny. Haha.
It would not be just Trump jokes. You don't understand. They don't go for low fruit. They'd be going over immigrant jokes. They'd be going over everything. Trust me. It'd be so politically correct. People would be freaking out about that game.
For a Postal 4.
Oh, yeah.
You
I wish they would make that.
Have you seen the movies?
No, I do not want to see any more of whatever that guy, whatever his name is again.
Yui Bowl.
Yeah, I
Grubby
do not
Bubby?
want to see Uwe Boll's movies. Nope.
Who?
Yeah.
Smart,
Uwe
smart
Boll.
move.
Who
I
is
saw
that guy?
Rampage, and that's okay. But Uwe Boll is like
Making
the
a new
guy.
one.
He made Far Cry. He made a Far Cry movie. He made Postal. He made a lot of movies, and he thinks that he's some kind of amazing artist.
He's
but
off his rocker.
garbage.
Oh, like Darren Aronofsky? Yeah. He
Yeah.
sucks.
What?
What?
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. No,
But-
yeah, Postal 4, that'd be fun.
You know, I don't know what triggered it, but now I suddenly remembered what would be a great dream game that we almost got, but we didn't get.
Oh no.
Criterion Games. You
Yes.
could drive anything, the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got canceled so that they could make some Star
Ugh.
Wars flight missions.
Yay!
That sounds
Yes.
great.
Dude, that prototype was awesome. You were like going from a jumping out of airplanes, going down on your parachute, jumping onto a jet ski, all simultaneously. Like boom, boom, boom. You were there.
Everything.
You know what was a great idea that I actually wanted to see? I don't know if you guys heard of it. It was EverQuest Next. Anybody hear of this?
I want to say you brought
Yes.
this up at one point.
Well, before it was supposed to come out, it was canceled. There was something called EverQuest Landmark,
Yep.
and you may
Okay.
see people who were playing it on Steam, and it looked promising. Where the building system was really crap. Honestly, that's what I've
Mhm.
seen from it. But if they would have fleshed that out and actually went through with making EverQuest Next, where people were supposed to make the world, and the world was supposed to evolve from that and like have weekly updates and stuff like that, I think that it would have been an amazing MMO where people were building the world. They're actively making every town. You could log in on Landmark, make your own building, submit it, and it could become part of that world cemented inside, you know? And
Yeah.
I think that's something I still really want to see. It's not like Worm on Unlimited where it's a server of 255 people where really everybody will see your structure and everybody will see what you made of the world. Not like Albion Online or something like that. Just really a player-made world where it's cemented in and there's nothing you can do about it. That work is there.
For sure, for sure. I do like that that level of player interactivity within the world. That kind of goes hand in hand with what my dream game would be. But to go off that, the MMOs, like I remember that like Landmark was pretty big. I remember watching some people play it on Twitch, but I think that would be super, super interesting. It's just
You
like
know,
you've built this, or these players have built this world. I think about it now. It's like in the world right now, you can't really go anywhere and say, you know what, I want to build a city here. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
so having that freedom of doing it inside of a game and be like, you know what, I can make a city inside of a video game that people could walk through. Like that. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
and it
fun.
would be great. And also on that note, it's just that in an MMO where they don't hold your hand, I'm sick and tired of that. There's several for like that, like Mortal Online and stuff. I'm not asking for something too hardcore, but I don't want no pay to win, nothing like that. Even if you pay for premium, there can be some kind of benefits, just accessories. But I want there to be a challenge for everybody where it feels like this player-driven world is really hard to get up, and it shouldn't be too realistic. You shouldn't be feeling like you're living another life and be miserable again. But
Right.
you you should
Second.
definitely feel like there's a challenge. There should be
Yeah.
something to it where you feel accomplishment from what you did.
No, yeah, for sure. I think that satisfaction of having people walk through your own creation is something that is unparalleled.
Yeah.
It reminds me, this isn't really the same thing, but it's really cool to me. Like Sea of Thieves, like
Mhm.
players in the beta, like Rare has already like taken some of the things they've done and immortalized that stuff in the game world.
Yep.
And the game hasn't even like come out yet, but like all the accomplishments people have made in the beta, it's like they're a part of that game forever now.
That's
Yep.
really cool.
It's not the same as like doing it yourself, like in the world without their control, but just them
Right.
like seeing all this stuff happen, and it's like what, that happened. You're like and that's like the whole conceit is like become a pirate legend. You could actually become a pirate legend and be immortalized in that game.
Yeah, I find that extremely, extremely interesting.
I want to be immortalized.
Yeah.
In a pirate video game.
As
No
a pirate.
period.
Oh.
Help me.
Yeah, you need some help. My dream game, the one that I constantly go back to when I bring up this topic, is similar to a completely player-driven world, but I find the gangster and the mafia setting so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That I think it would be super cool if there was just like one ginormous map of, say, let's say America, or the US of A, or maybe London even, and everybody started from the bottom, and they had to work their way up to become like a gang boss, like the boss of like an entire city. They would run the economy in this city.
Mhm.
People would be working under them. But I love the whole gangster aspect of things, where you could be like a mole inside of one person's gang, but helping out somebody else's.
So
and
like
working your way up the chain in that other one by screwing over this gang.
So kind of a game with fixed crews in GTA 5. So with crews that are not garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's your crew, the people that you have chosen, and that want to play this game, bringing in other people, and like building your city up as yours, but having like Mafia 3 style walking around the city, walking around the area, and the gunplay of like Mafia 3 or something like that.
Yeah. It's like Wild West,
Exactly. It'd just be so much fun. It'd be so interesting to see how the economy and the governments and the politics behind all of this works, and how the players,
Now, in a game like that, would you see people taking on different roles besides being in a mafia or something like that? Like, could they take on roles of like, could they be a simple person, or could they be on the side of the law?
Yeah, exactly. So you would have like police forces as well.
Mm-hmm.
And people could be part of the police force. Obviously, the amount of money that they would be getting would be significantly less than what everybody else would be getting, but they could be promoted within the police force if whoever is the captain thinks that they saw this person as worthy of being in a higher position. But I love I love the social aspects of games like Mafia or Werewolf, where
Right.
you have to use strategy and gain allies and use them in a way to further yourself. And I feel like a game hasn't really ever done that before. And I feel like um, building up your own city and you being in the city, like say there's New York, LA, Chicago, Miami, wherever, you can just start up a city, and you have to work your way through the underground, through all of the crap, and build up an empire essentially, and become part of the government and everything. I just feel like that would be such an interesting game.
I feel like games like APB and stuff like that have tried this, but they just don't have a system that's lucrative enough to where people really want to get engaged enough to like get themselves into that role, you know, where they don't
Yeah.
they take it they're not supposed to take it too seriously, but they're
Mhm.
supposed to have an agenda. And I don't feel like many people build that agenda where they actually want to take it seriously enough to where they want to, you know, actually get immersed.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I feel like once you get that, once you have the correct amount of moderation and the correct amount of, you know, the correct player-driven system, you could do something like that.
Yes. I just feel like that it would be so interesting because then you would have turf wars and stuff where like just thinking about it, it makes me want this game so bad because you could have like underground trades and uh you as the captain or whoever, or maybe the mob boss's secondhand man that's in control of all the shootouts and stuff like that. They're like, you know what? We're gonna make this seem like this is just a normal trade between two rival factions or even two friendly factions, but we're gonna have snipers like watching the warehouses. Like the stories that could come out of this are like would be so exciting. Like you're texting your friend, and you're like, "Whoa, dude! Did you just hear Malik? He was the gunman of the group, and he got promoted to the general of this mafia because of the way that he ran this operation um, that was supposed to be impossible, but he did it."
Yeah.
Mm,
I've heard some
man.
crazy stories about, like, I think it was Star Citizen Online,
Yes.
Yeah.
where people like go undercover and like under factions for like years and years just to like
Yeah.
screw them over and steal all this stuff, and it just sounds insane,
I know, it's like that level of thought, that level of commitment
right?
to
Yeah,
your
that's incredible.
to what you want to do is so cool. Like if you just want to go in that game and shoot people up, dude, go
Go
be
for
it.
it.
Go
Go
for it.
bananas.
Like that like you can do that if you want to be part of a gang or a mafia inside of this world that is super aggressive, and you want to be super aggressive. You could be like, yeah, hey, yo, you know what, whatever your character is, I've been walking around the streets. I finally got enough money to buy my own gun or whatever. I'm pretty good. And then they could check your stats and be like, oh yeah, this guy is pretty good. Let's bring him on to like the gun team, the shooting team, whatever that's called, the fire team. There we go.
Yeah.
I just
No,
man.
I definitely could see that. It's just that I don't know. Even with a lucrative field, like even with a lucrative system, you've seen it so many times that the the player bases are just too big now, you know? And it's
Mhm.
just so hard to find, you know, people who are actually dedicated to
Yeah.
playing those roles. That's why you see in Star Citizen, that's a complicated game. You know, just like Elite Dangerous, you can see something like that
Yeah.
at EVE Online, but those are games you really have to invest in. You know, it doesn't come off bat where you can immediately, you know, run into something like that. It's people who did years and years of investing into this game who actually have a system built up where they actually have a part of their life, you know, set into it. You can't just jump in and do this. And I think that's what's hard to do. You know, that's what's hard to
Yeah.
make this kind of game. And
Also, it would be programming hell. because there would be incredible amount of systems going on.
And choice that you have to account for.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, hey, this guy can, like, it'd just be cool if, say, half of the mob family that you were part of, so you would have the mob boss, and then obviously the two guys or how many other guys right underneath him that are controlling the other people. It'd be awesome if a whole half or more of that mob family didn't like the way that he was running it, so they started to like rebel inside, but be like, we're gonna be a little hush about this. We're not gonna just straight up shoot him or kill him. We're just gonna kind of progress until we seem where he seems vulnerable, where things are starting to come down on him, and then we go in for it. I just feel like there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential, and I agree with the programming hell where you have to make a lot of choices, but I feel like the main part would be making sure that your systems can't be abused, because that's what really ruins games like that. It's just somebody would find a loophole to gain money off of some kind of trick in the system where they just keep trading with the cops, something like that. And that's what you need moderation for, where it's not even like part of your role, where it's just part of abusing the game.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like dev moderation would be huge in that.
Yeah. My understanding of it is like every single person in the game, there's no like NPC. Everyone is a player. But I mean, every player has a choice. I mean, unless you have like.
No, I think that there would be NPCs walking around, because I feel like that's necessary in making it not just everybody shooting one another.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just gotta attract a crowd, because when you don't, then you end up with plane shift, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
No, that's really great. It's a fantastic idea.
I think, and like the mafia idea is just, it's perfect. The mafia setting is perfect.
Well, like it demands so much out of a player. It demands like wit and like actual skill,
right?
Communication, and just I love that idea of like the game is just starting out and like no one's done anything.
Yeah.
And I mean what a hook that is. It's like at some point somebody's gonna make it all the way to the top, and they're gonna have like an ironclad grip.
Exactly.
Someone else can challenge them.
And exactly. And then there's something to work towards, because if you want to become the boss one day, then there's something to work towards.
And who knows, maybe the guy who's like currently tops is like, I have real life stuff I need to take care of. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I've got a life, guys.
Exactly.
Go at it.
Then you get promoted.
Take my spot.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I feel like those types of games, like Sea of Thieves or something like that, are just like that's what I live for.
Mm-hmm.
That's
cool.
With Sea of Thieves, it's like, I don't know. I was like trying to describe it, but it's like I don't know if I've ever seen like a multiplayer game like it, where it's just like absolute freedom, and there's not even a whole lot of like systems. You just go out and you meet people.
Right.
And how you interact with people is how the game plays out.
Right.
And I think they said something where like every sword is a sword, and it's like that's it. It's all down to skill. You could start today, if it was out today, you could start a year from now, but it's all on the player.
Tell me, so we're all going for this, Kyler.
Yes.
Will you be getting Sea of Thieves?
No. I don't have an Xbox One. It's coming out on PC?
Yeah.
PC, yes.
Oh, when is it coming out?
March 20th.
March 20th?
Weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay, I feel like I could. I feel like I can rob. Procure $65 by then.
Do it.
Do what you need to.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm 4-minute cruise.
Yes.
Oh.
We have a 4-minute crew.
I've got to find $65 somewhere, but I can do it. I can make it happen.
Oh, good. Do it.
By the way, we are sponsored by Microsoft.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Phil Spencer is actually in my lap right now.
Oh hey Phil.
Yeah.
Hey Phil.
Hey Phil.
I hope you've enjoyed our discussions.
What are the next backwards compatible Xbox games?
The future of our Xbox program is Viva Pinata.
Dude, I wish. Future of Xbox with Viva Pinata. That's the place I want to be at.
Right.
So, Kyler, what's your dream game? You said you got a bunch.
Oh my God, so many. Well, I'm fortunate enough that one of my number one dream games is actually coming out this year,
Oh.
and it is
Kingdom Hearts 3.
you wish. It's one of
Putty
my
Squad
favorite.
2.
Yes, Putty Squad 2, confirmed for the Nintendo Switch. It's one of my favorite developers, Insomniac Games, making
Yes.
a game about not one of my absolute favorite fictional character of all time, Spider-Man.
Yes.
And this game is happening.
It's
and I-
happening.
And not only that,
Yeah.
but it's got Sony's money behind it, so it can
Yeah.
finally have enough time and money to actually have a good Spider-Man game.
Oh yes, this is gonna
So
be
I just-
amazing. I can agree.
Oh, I can't wait. That New York, like, from what I've heard, apparently they're like, yeah, we have different teams working on different boroughs inside of New York, so each borough feels different, like in terms of the vibe. And just hearing
Oh,
that
wow.
gets me so excited.
Oh, that is awesome. I didn't actually know about
I
that.
just have to say that, like, I don't know. After Sunset Overdrive, I just want more city, climbing and exploration where I can just run
Mhm.
across the buildings because I know.
Oh,
Spider-Man's like the perfect character for that. You swing
Yes,
around and
I
wall
know
run and
it'll
do
be good.
cool acrobatics, and I'm so excited. And then not
oh
only
it's gonna
that,
be great.
but they're paying so much attention to like Peter Parker and his story, and it's just everything is excellent. Can't wait.
Oh
But-
man.
Besides that, that's my dream game. I have literally waited for that game for 22 years.
Yeah.
But the other one is I just want okay, hear me out here, okay?
Okay.
You listen to me, so I gotta listen to you. Go for it.
Sonic the Hedgehog, okay? I just
Chili
want
dogs.
somebody.
Okay.
I just want somebody, some development team or Sonic team, whatever. I just need somebody to figure out how Sonic works in a 3D space. That's all I want. I just want a good 3D Sonic game before I die.
I'm gonna argue with you. That we've
Okay,
already
hit me.
had one.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna argue with you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna argue.
Is it adventure or Generations?
Generations and Colors. I love those
Okay.
games.
I
a lot.
love Colors to death.
I
think
yeah.
Sonic Colors is my favorite of the 3D Sonic games.
hmm
But-
However, I do understand what you mean, though. You probably mean like a big open Sonic game,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
Yes. But
Honestly, I think Adventure 1 came probably the closest
I
to
love
that
it.
kind of feeling.
yeah,
like,
it's just
Very, very rough, but
yeah.
they felt like Sonic levels. I was playing it pretty recently.
You get Kyler's admitting defeat. He's like, maybe my dreams have already been crushed.
Because like it's
Nice.
because Sonic is a weird character in that he's just too damn fast.
Yes.
Right.
Because he's so
Right, yeah.
fast, the levels have to be not only like large and open, but they have to be long and long and long because he
Yeah.
just runs so fast. So
Like that's the thing about like Generations. Like if you like actually like just stop for a second and like look at the level, you have to put so much detail into like every nook and cranny of that game, and you're just gonna speed right past it.
exactly. And it's like I can't imagine how heartbreaking that is for the devs, but that's why they always have to like add in these extra characters and pad it down with all these like extra gameplay gimmicks. So for
Generations
me,
was the best about that too.
it was
classic
for sure.
and Boost, and it was
People want a flash game so bad.
I
It's
don't-
like,
Oh, that would be something.
Oh
else.
yeah, that would be weird.
but how's
That
it
would
gonna
be-
work?
Yeah, how would that even work?
if you press just barely on the left stick, you'll be right back where you are.
Right?
It's like boom.
And-
Oh,
You press X and it takes you to the credits.
yes,
Dude, you're the Flash.
exactly. So I actually don't think a flash game could work.
I don't think so either. Unless like
No.
he's running at like a normal video game character's speed, but the world around him is like halved to like show you that he's going really fast. But even then,
Yuck.
that's just
Oh, sorry.
as we say, disgusting.
Disgusting.
There's probably a genius developer somewhere out there who can make a perfect Flash game, and it will be the best game ever made. I don't. I'm not-
Probably.
It's called Swords and Sandals too.
Swords and Sandals. Honestly, it's
Sandas.
Swords and Sandals 2 is it's a unique game. It's a unique game, and if you've ever tried like the other ones, like Swords and Sandals 3, it's a fun attempt at advancing it. They upgraded the graphics and everything. I can't believe you actually have to pay for the game, which that
It's
was
your dream game, Swords and Sandals.
Swords and Sandas.
Swords and Sandals 3D. No,
Oh, I see.
so honestly, I actually do like gladiator games. Have you guys ever played Rome? No, yeah, Rome.
Rise?
No, Colosseum Road to Freedom. There we go.
Mm-mm.
No.
It's an amazing Colosseum game where you start off from scratch. You start off as a prisoner, just like in Swords and Sandals, but the combat system's absolutely fantastic. It's on the PS2, and it's just you start off bare bones. You start fighting against animals and other combatants who are just as low as you, and you start building your way up and upgrading your stance however you want, and getting new equipment, getting new helmets, everything like that.
Right.
And it has an amazing leveling system as well. And like once you get through the game once, you go to a new game plus, so you get your own slave, and he does chores for you.
Oh,
And you
Oh my
at
God.
some point you build yourself up to like the owner of the place, and it has
Yeah.
this progression system. And I feel like honestly, that's one of my dream games, is seeing a game with a more fleshed out combat system than that, and a greater system where you can actually like more branches into the game, where you can build yourself up in Rome and actually explore the city and stuff. That would be a great game for me.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
did you own slaves in that game, Malik?
I own 2, yeah.
So you're a slave owner.
Disgusting.
That's what I got from this conversation.
Eject.
We can't be having that.
For some reason, you describing that game reminded me so much of Rayman Raving Rabbids, the original.
What?
What?
Listen,
It
listen,
It kind of reminded me of Pikmin.
listen. The story mode in that game is like Rayman's having a picnic, and then the rabbits come from underground, drag him under, and then throw him
Jeez.
as their prisoner in a coliseum, and he has to play the
Oh
mini
my
games to
god,
the rabbits so that he can be free.
dude!
That's the story of that game.
Speaking of Rayman and the Raving Rabbids, I remember when I was a kid, I saw a trailer for what at the time was called Rayman like 4 in the Raving
Right,
Rabbids or
yes.
something.
Yeah.
And I was so excited for it. And then when the game actually came out, it was just a stupid mini game collection because they had like canceled the original idea. I was so disappointed
Those
because I
rabbits are
love
gonna be, like,
Rayman.
actual threats.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like
Now they're-
aliens and look scary.
Those
You
things
know
are
what? It's funny.
disgusting.
There was going to be like a rabbits horror game in like the early 2010s.
That became
man.
Zombie U.
Interesting.
I think it did become Zombie U at some point.
Yeah.
I gotta check up on this. But it went from being like killer rabbits to killer freaks, and then
To
it
zombie.
either got canceled or it became like Zombie U.
I would have much rather had that Rabbids game rather than Zombie U, because Zombie U is lacking in every.
I really like Zombie U a lot.
I like
actually
it, but at
only
the
on
same
the Wii
time,
U.
I feel like
Yeah.
it I don't know, the combat really didn't entice me. And
Did you play it on the Wii
Honestly,
U?
I played it a little bit on the Wii U, but also played it on the PS4.
Wii U
Yeah,
is
the Wii
where
U.
you gotta play.
Yeah, I tried playing on the PS4 again, and I was like, everything that was good about it is just like stripped from it.
But like, I
Mhm.
think a problem also is that I didn't like the special zombies part. I wish it was honestly just regular zombies, because
I
the
see
special
that.
zombies kind of threw it off for me. It like
Mm.
didn't feel like the combat could keep up with them, or was fun enough to keep up with them, where I felt like I felt the initiative to do so.
Right.
Also, I just want From Software to make a cyberpunk
Yes.
aesthetic. Like, imagine
where
this,
are you?
right?
Where are you
So-
from?
Some like just ginormous like an abandoned like interstellar like space
Space
station that has
station.
like different biomes
Yeah.
and different levels, and it's just like this is where humanity has lived, but
Yep.
something has gone awry, and we just have like disgusting Kylo Ren looking lightsaber swords and like these dirty blasters that like barely work, and just these giant batteries and wires everywhere. That is my dream game. I want that
Cybertech
game.
magic. Give
I
me
want
it.
disgusting goo boys squirming around.
Yes.
That is what I want.
Celestial horror.
Yes, please.
That's it. Oh
From-
yeah, I said it. I think it was last week, but an F-Zero RPG.
Yep.
I want it.
Yeah, I did. I thought you were crazy at first, but then as you started going more into it, I was like,
Dude,
okay, this sounds cool.
It makes sense. And it
I
could
think
be
the only thing
amazing.
you'd have to do with an F-Zero RPG is that you'd have to make sure there's at least like all the normal modes, because you're gonna have those people who are like, oh, it needs to be racing only.
This is in my F-Zero.
Well, I mean,
Well,
yeah.
it's fine.
You would definitely have the like. Hey, you just want to race? Here you go.
Yeah,
I feel like it
but
would be
just
really
story
important for
mode, I
them.
think that would be
When you think of
fantastic.
RPG, think of like customization and role playing. So I think they'd really have to have a lot of customization. That's what the focus would have to be on. Is your vehicle would have to be your own.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
think
might do that.
Truly.
vehicle-wise, yes, but I think you would always play as Captain Falcon. Oh, I'm not joking.
I know, but it's
Okay.
so funny.
I'm not joking. What
Like
if you just-
Captain Falcon.
What if you didn't play as Captain Falcon, but you played as each one of his biceps? So like each stick controlled a different bicep, so that's how you have to move him around.
Like
It's like
Quap?
Quap. Yeah,
Exactly, exactly like Quap.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
That'd be
You tap the
great.
triggers to flex each calf.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you remember Steel Battalion? How it
Yep.
had that giant like mech controller. That's what
Yeah.
you have to use. To control Captain
Oh
Falcon.
my god, I know what you're talking about. Jesus.
Oh,
I
that's
would
awesome.
actually be okay with that.
Like 150 buttons or something.
Jeez.
So last week we got into some Oscar discussions,
No, we did.
and it ended with a little bet. It ended with Jonathan
Little wager.
and Christopher Nolan
And Christopher Nolan. My
Nolan.
man.
putting down that Black Panther was going to get nominated for Best Picture. And I
I
said,
hope you're hearing this, Christopher Nolan.
I wagged my fingers and I said, no. As much as I loved that movie, as much as I love Black Panther, if this happens, the Academy is more of a joke than they already are. And I said, you know what? No,
No.
it's not going to happen. And today, we were
My heart's
required to bring the wagers, to bring the repercussions of losing the bet.
Oh,
And now is the time to
I'm excited.
reveal the repercussions. All right, Jonathan,
Okay.
Whoa.
what do you got?
My idea of a challenge. Is it impossible? No. Is it gonna make you tear your hair out? I think so. I think Kyler's gonna like this one.
Oh boy.
So, you're gonna play Super Mario Brothers, the original NES. No warp zones in one life. If you die at any point in the game, reset, start from level 1 until you can get through all 32 levels. No skips, no deaths.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
You're asking for the impossible.
Jesus.
That's it.
You literally have to master that game.
You know,
You better start practicing.
Jonathan, I was going to let you off easy.
I was gonna wait for you to go first, but then you waited.
I was just going to say, you know what? I'm going to do what I said last week. Just play The Last of Us on grounded mode.
Oof.
I let you off easy.
Hey, you said Survivor. No.
No. I did say grounded. I did say grounded.
Grounded.
But that just reaffirmed the second trick up my sleeve.
Oh,
Okay, The Last of Us is a great game, but it's even what some people would say is an even better game.
Animal
Metal
Crossing.
No. Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
you may be thinking, oh no, what's he gonna say? And by the end of this, you're gonna want to scratch your eyes out.
Oh no.
Well, it is pollen season.
But not because you can see anything, but because you can't.
What?
What indeed? Jonathan, I would like you to play to the half mark of Metal Gear Solid 1 blindfolded.
No way.
God.
There's no way.
All of the audio.
Only the audio.
Oh my god.
Blindfolded. On
That's literally insane.
If I-
Malik, you said I had to master Super Mario. Jonathan will literally have to master Metal Gear Solid 1.
either I'm gonna have a lot more respect for that game, or I'm gonna never want to look at it ever again. I'm not gonna be able to look at it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You want to look at it.
You're gonna have to
Oh,
record
God.
that because it's gonna
Oh,
that's gonna
yeah.
be some real like training.
Oh no, he's got to
you
stream it.
there.
Yeah, dude.
Oh no.
You have to master this game. Okay.
I guess we'll figure out halfway point at some,
Yeah, yeah,
at
yeah.
some point.
Yeah, I
think
was gonna
there's
say
6
the
bosses.
entire game, but that's insane.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to like not only like just master the level designs, but just knowing how to avoid enemies as much as possible.
And
What was
where
that
they
noise?
are.
Oh no.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
I'm gonna-
Going back to the old days.
Hey, Academy, please nominate Black Panther.
I'm gonna talk to
Yes.
Chadwick, and I'm gonna say, Chadwick, as much as I love your movie,
It's a
you
lot
gotta
on
do
the
this
line.
for me. And then I'm gonna give him a gun and say, "This is it. Already ascended. So what can you lose? Just go kill the Academy for me."
No. Oof.
Kill the Academy.
Kill the Academy. So those are the bets.
That's the term.
If Black Panther gets nominated for an Oscar or Best Picture specifically, I will have to do what? Say that again?
You will have to play through all of Super Mario Brothers in one life. If you die once, you have to start all the way back from the beginning. No warp zones. No warp zones. I was thinking about this last night, and I was like, oh wait, if this happens and I didn't say no warp zones, he's gonna use warp zones. So, gotta
Okay.
make that loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. You have to do this. You have to play up until the halfway point of Metal Gear Solid 1. Completely blindfolded. No breaks in but okay, breaks in between obviously. But
Oh my god,
can't-
no breaks. I'd be there for days.
you can't just have the blindfold on and then take it off and be like, okay, blah blah blah, that's where that is, and then put it back on.
Oh okay.
No,
Yes.
no, none of that.
Oh my god.
All right. Also, another rule in this: you cannot play Metal Gear Solid 1 without blindfolds during this time frame.
What, okay,
Whoa.
that's
Okay.
that's a little absurd.
Okay, how about this? Once I start, there's no going back. But if
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Oscars come, and I have to do this, I get time.
Oh
I
no,
need
no,
time.
for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
no, yeah, no. That's what I was saying. Is once you put that blindfold on, you cannot play Metal Gear Solid anymore without the blindfold. Have fun, dude.
This might be the end of my life. Might be. Might be the
My
end of my-
life.
I mean,
That
that's entertaining, but imagine if they had to direct him where he had to go via Twitch stream.
Oh no,
So people had
none
to
of
tell
that.
him where he has to go. I don't know.
none of that. No
Twitch
intervention.
plays Jonathan.
Yeah, exactly. Twitch plays. Jonathan.
Plus,
Pushing
you
it
wouldn't even be able to see the Twitch chat.
unless I have like a
Text-to-speech.
Twitch.
It's like a full screen Twitch chat. Yeah.
No intervention at all.
Those are some big plays from both of you boys. Jesus.
Big plays.
Big trade.
that is going to be all for this week's episode of the Boss Rush podcast.
I'm scared.
We appreciate. I'm scared. We appreciate the listen, the view, however you're doing it. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks a bunch. We won't be here next week due to spring break going on. I won't be near my computer to do a podcast, but we'll have something up.
Definitely.
In return for not putting up another episode. So thanks again.
Donkey Kong Country returns.
Oh, we will see you next or in 2 weeks. Thanks a bunch. Bye.
Gonna be now.
Now.
Gonna be now.
What is even happening anymore?
Hey,
This is
Hey,
taking
guys.
its course. This is Darwinism.
Yeah.
Scared.
All
What have I
those,
done?
all
Hey,
those
man.
non-believers in Darwinism. Well, here's your Exhibit A. It's real.
Christopher Nolan's on my side.
Yes, I know. I knew you were
I
gonna bring
just
that
saw
up.
this. I just saw this.
It's not happening, Jonathan.
I don't know. In reality, I'm kind of like 60-40 maybe.
And what is he on his side?
He's on. He says it's
Black
going to be
Panther's
nominated.
gonna be
Black Panther's going to be nominated. Best Picture.
Disgusting.
Hell yeah.
Oh, look, I
Uh-oh.
think it's disgusting. I'm not going to go on record saying it's disgusting. This is just my gut. And my gut's going to get me punished. I feel it,
Is
but I
it,
got to go with it. I don't know.
dude?
I'm
I start.
going- I gotta go
Hey,
with it.
I'll admit. Once I saw that, I started doubting everything.
Oh
I
dear.
started doubting all existence.
Well, today's the day you guys finalize it.
Today,
It's going to be a long time a long time coming.
what?
The announcement of next year's Best Picture nominees.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Hopefully, we're still alive by then.
I'm dead by then.
You're like on this podcast, like, sadly, Jonathan has passed away.
Oh
That means
no.
I win.
Yeah, just throw a party.
Yeah, we will.
We're just gonna play. Just to celebrate. Happy birthday in a loop.
Yeah, we'll do the we'll do the bet no matter what, and if you're dead, we'll just have your dead corpse doing
Yeah,
whatever they tell
Do
you.
you like the Weekend at Bernie's thing? Just like
Yeah.
fucking around everywhere.
Yes. Exactly. All right, let's get this started. Let's get this show on the road, gents. What? Okay. Okay. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 4th episode of the Boss Rush podcast. I'm your host, Braden Lander. Today, I'm delighted to be in the presence of Kyler Ramos,
Howdy.
Jonathan Ferris,
What's up?
and Malik Fleming.
Hello.
Jonathan, may I ask, is everything okay on your side?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I didn't think so. You sounded like you were in some serious pain right there. Actually,
Nah, I'm okay.
that's
it's all
good.
In
good.
pain on the inside.
Isn't
Why you just-
everybody?
Pranked us, bro. Good job.
Yeah,
I
nice.
got the
prank.
results from the text back. I definitely have breast cancer.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, that
What a
is.
way to start.
Wow.
Yeah, what? Oh,
We're off to a
Started
good
off-
start.
Started
yeah.
off spicy.
Sick reference, bro. I hope you got that reference.
What's the reference?
The Room, of course.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. There you go. See, without context, it just sounds like a horrible joke.
I thought it was
And
fun.
listen, we would never make horrible jokes on this show.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. That is true. All right, we're gonna try this again.
Oh my god.
Oh man, this is good.
This is amazing.
Got to use that somewhere.
All right.
Wow.
Oh no.
Boy. All right, take two.
Yes. Take two.
Action.
All right. Okay. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.